Ah, he's not gonna get away with this.
Hey yo, thanks for the raid. Welcome. Yeah, we're just gearing up and stuff. So we got raided, so I was saying thank you. And he was looking at me confused. It's like
Can people hear us?
people can hear us now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me know.
People came in and raided, and I was like, oh, holy moly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was Yes. Raku Ferret raided us with a party of 11. Thanks for the follows. How are you doing? How was your stream? Oh yeah. Thanks for the command, Kurzik. You were playing Paper Mario. Oh, that is a game I have not ever played, but have interest in doing so. Is Paper Mario the one where it gets like the dialogue stuff is really deep and things? Is that that one?
Yeah, it's the one where it's weirdly tonally off for a Nintendo game.
I see that.
But in a good way.
Yeah, because I saw Game Grumps animated where Aaron was like talking to a computer and the computer was like trying to get him to do something and he just wouldn't fulfill the computer's wishes.
Yes, I think that is.
Is that Paper Mario?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay. It's certainly much talkier. Cool. I think that one would be fun. Are you having fun streaming it? Are you like doing voices and voiceovers and stuff for it? Game Grumps did a full playthrough of that's it. Paper Mario 1000-Year-Old Door. 1000-Year-Old Door. It's such a mouthful of a name. You're doing voices, but you don't know if that's a good thing. Oh, it is. I think trying to add flavor in that way, it makes it both fun. But we did a playthrough of another game called A Short Hike, and India did the voice of the main character, and I did the voices of every other character. And by the end of it, I could not remember what each of them sounded. There were so many NPCs. And then it just started to get random. Artistic Leo reckons that Raku Ferret does a fantastic Olivia voice. Is that a main character or something in Paper Mario? Is she an actual Olive? So what you see here, scrolling through, is various fan arts that we've received over a time in the last few months, and it's been really cool. Look at all these really cool illustrations. I never really called this out often recently, but I'm gonna say doing it now. Look at all these cool things. There's a Tib drawing of Midge and the Glim. There's Palbro with wait, I'm looking at the stream thing. I'm behind. I should look at the actual. Look, this is me doing squats. How's this angry D one? Super cute. There's one referencing my Let's Play with my dad where we're playing through Bloodborne, and there's Swifty eating my Jaffa cakes. Gilly draws. I have to run to the shop real fast. Be right back. Okay. Okay. You go store. India, you
I am ready.
You're ready.
I'm just like, I'm sorry, I was catching up with Discord. Various pings from that have
Gotcha.
been replied to.
Okay.
Um,
Artistic Leo says, "Oh my god, I caught your last Bloodborne playthrough, and your father laughing at your tearful demise more than once just killed me."
Your dad has no mercy for you whatsoever.
He does, sort of.
Yeah? From the outside, it kind of doesn't seem like he has any mercy for you.
He takes joy when I fail, but he also takes joy when I succeed. So you know, I find when he congratulates me, that's merciful.
Yeah, that's nice when he congratulates you. You have to earn it though.
Only a little bit of Schadenfreude. You like my dad's Mike you fool type of laugh. He does enjoy when I mess up.
Mess up.
He purposefully doesn't tell me about things. He gets annoyed now when I don't run into traps. He's anticipating me running into traps.
He's looking forward to seeing you fall.
Yeah, he had a rant. He had a rant in the last day we did it, and there was a room where you're descending the stairs and there's a creature that's sort of like scurrying about across the room that you're meant to like fight, but there's another one tucked just here, and I'm at the top of the stairs walking down slowly, just tilting the camera like taking in the whole room, and he's just like, "What? No! You're supposed to run in and fight that one, and then that one will get you from behind, and then we'd laugh."
I remember when he was like, "No, don't do that. You're meant to be careful and take it slowly." I remember when his priority was on keeping you alive.
Yeah.
And now it's shifted.
I think he's realized that I got good, and now he's like, "Damn it!" Because he was like, "Oh, I should never have taken you through that Resident Evil thing. You're too cautious in games now. You're checking all your corners. You're playing it good."
He wanted that like a month ago. He wanted you to be checking the corners.
Yeah, he's like, "Don't recklessly run in." And now that I'm not, he's like, "Oh, why aren't you just recklessly running in and getting hit by a log?" My dad's a troll. Yeah, he is a troll.
What a savage dad. Yeah, it's true. The log trap will never not be funny. Is that the one where you were gloating?
Yeah.
I love that.
The one where it was like, "Oh, well, you've warmed me now, haven't you?" And then it's fucking... I
You were
dodged
like,
it.
"Oh, no problem now." And then immediately got smashed in the face.
Well, I expected it to keep swinging. I didn't expect it to fly off the freaking chain toward me.
That's
fun.
hilarious. I love it. That is one of my favourite moments too. I haven't watched all the way through your streams with Bloodborne, but I've seen some of the clips and that is the best moment.
Is pretty good. I think we do have a clip of that.
Artistic Leo, we want Jaffa cakes. Well, I just had some. They were good. Mike's looking around like he's betrayed.
What's that?
Yeah, I had some Jaffa cakes this morning for breakfast. They were really good. I didn't bring you any.
Oh.
They're in the packet upstairs. You're welcome to go and get some if you want.
Okay. Someone find that clip for others. The one with the log.
The one with the log. I don't know how to find it. You got some Jaffa cakes, but you hide them from yourself. If you're the one who hides them, surely you know where they are. I like that Mike's priorities are Jaffa cakes first. He knows where it's at. You have a terrible memory, so you hid them knowing that you would then immediately forget where they are. It's quite clever. You could therefore create some kind of chain for yourself of clues that you could follow to it. You could do your own mysteries to unravel that you create yourself because your memory's so bad. You create them and then leave them for a week and then go and try and solve them. Endless fun. Artistic Glue, you can order Jaffa cakes on Amazon, really? Hold on, let me check that. I don't want you getting some weird bootleg Jaffa cakes. That would be terrible. It's always weird to me that you can order like food on Amazon. That doesn't seem right. Oh, well, what do you know? Yeah, McVitie's Jaffa Cakes Mega Box 100 pack. Yeah, these are they. Jaffa Cake Gin? Whoa, what? Wait, pineapple Jaffa Cakes? My world has been opened. Look, there's gin. There's gin that's flavoured like Jaffa Cakes.
Whoa.
Jaffa Cake cookies.
Wait. I guess they're not cookies, strictly.
Pocket-sized strong air freshener. Jaffa Cake. We could make it smell like Jaffa Cakes.
Yeah, my dad was like, "Oh, are you eating the orange ones?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, what about the raspberry and the pineapple ones? Have you tried those?" And I was like, "What?"
Yeah,
My dad knows.
How does he know? They don't have the raspberry ones on here. For some reason, I've also got penguin in a tutu decoration. That's come up in my search.
You haven't realized that there's cordial there, have you?
I have.
Okay.
Actually.
What are you drinking?
Tea.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's a habit that I buy cordial, like the juice that you put into water to flavor it, and I buy it, and the next day half of it's gone, and I went and I got a drink just now, and it's not even been opened.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. I'm just a very considerate person. That's all. Pomegranate Jaffa. What? Is that a thing? Really? Yeah, heck yeah, Kurzek. Tea buddies.
Alright, I think we've assembled enough. Or been assembling for enough time. Not quantity. Time.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm looking at this penguin in a tutu decoration.
Is it on that screen?
Yeah.
Do you want to share? I can share it.
Sure.
Okay.
I need to make sure I've got NDI open.
Is it open? Hey, Linus, how you doing?
Doig's dad knows too many things.
He's in his 60s now, so he's been around for a while.
Artistic Leo says, just got an electric kettle for the first time in my life. All the temperature settings for all the types of tea.
Wait, your Harmony Premium is opening.
Yeah, it's okay. It can't find a valid license.
Oh. It's more just what you would have been working on in it, and it's on screen right now.
It lights up the entire glass carafe at the push of a button. Drinking so much tea, I feel like I'm betraying my country these days. Hey man, tea's good. Tea's good. Can't believe your electric kettle has temperature settings. That's amazing. Oh, Radney! No, I haven't. Did you link it yesterday? Because I didn't. That's why it's telling me I don't have a license for it. And thank you, Palbro. They're just. I think it's gonna be very casual. A temperature variable kettle. Yeah, this is what I got when I searched Jaffa cakes. And I'm just very intrigued by this penguin in a tutu decoration. Penguin as a ballerina wearing a tutu. She is made of a wool mix. Hanger attached. Oh. Oh, look, there's many other... There's a pig mermaid. Pretty good. It's pretty good. 5 stars. This is Alan's friend Steve, his loyal penguin buddy. A charming little penguin friend. His foot fell off, but that's what makes him my footless Steve. Steve arrived this morning. Why does everyone think they're called Steve? This one says, what's your Jaffa Cakes? Is that why it came up in the search?
Probably.
Steve arrived this morning. He was safely wrapped and sleepy from his journey. Alan is very pleased to have his best mate again. It's Steve! Alan would be so lonely without him.
What?
Steve is adored in this household. Devon currently residing with 2 Alans to keep him in check. Steves are a wonderful mix of innocence, bewilderment, and all-round confusion. But don't let his innocence fool you. They can be instigators of shenanigans and malarkey, so buyer beware.
Have we discovered that there's a meta-narrative around this penguin?
Who is Steve?
Is Steve not the penguin?
Apparently. Amazing. Well, there you go.
Gisela Graham, penguin in a tutu decoration.
We won't need to get this. I'm charmed. Steve's adorable, house-trained and quiet. He is excellent company for Alan. The only drawback is the amount of money you'll end up spending on Jaffa Cakes. What is this? This is not just a penguin in a flipping tutu at all. This is Alan's sidekick, Steve. This is Steve the penguin, often seen with Alan. Do not let Steve near the Jaffa Cakes. He will eat them all very fast and then blame you when he gets sick. Stephen makes a wonderful year-round addition to your home. Just be aware that Steve is more difficult to care for than Alan. In particular, Steve is a very fussy eater. This one's called He's Now My Lord and Master.
We need to find where Alan is.
A new religion. I've started worshipping Steve and he is granting all my wishes. We have to look at the other decorations and see which one is reviewed as being Alan.
Which one is Alan? We have to find Alan.
Wait, I bought Steve, the plot thickens, as I already have Alan the pig and Brian the badger.
What?
If you're a fan, you'll know. Steve arrived in bubble wrap and a huge box. Unfortunately, his wing was a bit stretched, but I fixed it. Not a toy. Okay. Well. Steve. I mean...
I hadn't seen it properly until you were like, this is Steve.
This is Steve. I mean... Apparently she is made of a wool mix, but this is Steve, and they've been referred to in the comments as a he, so I'm assuming this is Alan.
Wait! Is it that one? The Sass and Belle ballerina pig?
It could be the the mermaid
No, wait,
pig.
no, I think you're right. I think the Gisela Graham wool mix pig ballerina costume, I think that's Alan. You're right.
Let me have a look. This is very important, guys. I'm sorry. Pig ballerina. Okay.
Alan!
Alan? Is it you? Let's have a look. Alan is a glorious, happy chappy who brings joy to thousands through his Facebook group, Friends of Alan. He makes everyone who sees him smile.
We have to go deeper, Friends of Alan!
This one is labelled Alan Allen and says, it may be a false prophet, but to the untrained eye, it's Alan. It could only be awarded 5 stars.
There must be a... I feel like maybe there's one person who bought these and were like, I've named them this, and they've made, like, it's a joke that went too far.
I need to, like, know who the badger is now. Who's the badger?
Friends of Alan Pig.
Some of this stuff is so weird. I don't know. I can't find a badger. So there you go. Oh, you pinged my account. Awesome. Whereabouts? Did you do it on Twitter or here on Twitch or Discord. Exoskeleton. we got waylaid by
Steve.
Steve, this penguin in a tutu. And we started learning the lore of Steve and his friend Alan. Have you found anything? No?
No, I couldn't
This is
find it.
it's only on Amazon. The lore is only on Amazon. Okay. Well, we should ping over to the Animorning Challenge now that we've found Alan and Steve and can probably purchase them.
Oh wait, I found a Twitter account. Hi, I'm Alan the Pig, created by Gisela Graham, born in TK Maxx, raised in the Lake District. Lake District!
Oh my gosh, everything's coming together.
Follow me on my pigging amazing adventures. Crab Bells compulsory. It's the the most recent post. It says "Brum brum in my car with the chicks," and it's a toy car with the pig and some birds.
When was the most recent post put up?
It's kind of been through late 2018, early 2019.
Oh, so who knows what he's doing now?
But there's just one there's one tweet that just has the penguin that just says Steve.
Steve! Thank you, Redney. I'll have to ask Mike for that because he's on a shared account. But I will grab that after the stream.
Oh, what is it?
Oh, it's a playlist of music that I have asked for. It's been sent to us in our Twitch account.
As a whisper?
I guess so.
It's not to me. Then it's maybe directly to you.
Oh, maybe it is to me. Hold on. Hold your horses. I don't think it was to me. I don't seem to have any. How mysterious.
I can't believe you accidentally stumbled over
Yeah, we're gonna have to get them,
a
you know.
conspiracy. How much is Steve?
Steve is £9.50
Okay.
and Alan is £8.95.
I like Steve more.
I mean,
say
I like
that.
Steve, but that's because Steve was our first love. Steve was the first one we found.
Well, you did have a habit of buying me penguin plushes way back when.
Well, you said you really liked penguins.
I really did.
So I thought it was cute to keep buying you plushes, the very you in penguin plushes.
Do you remember that time that you bought me a penguin plush and we lost it?
Yeah.
I was so sad. It's so sad.
It's okay. I'll keep buying you them.
Where's the? Did we got one? Did we get one from the aquarium in Osaka? Or did I choose not to? Maybe I opted out because it was so expensive and I got bird instead.
Yeah, I don't think we got anything from the aquarium.
Yeah.
We were very tempted to get one of those giant squishy things, but they were like.
Did you remember the chair cushion penguin?
Oh,
There's a big ring.
Yeah. I do remember that.
Oh, it's Ole's animation. Ole, you
Oh,
here?
thanks, Radney. That'd be awesome. Alright, yeah, so this is the next one. It looks like it was uploaded. It wasn't uploaded twice. For some reason, I thought it was 23 yesterday, and now it's shifted to number 8.
I shifted it up so it was more clear for you.
Oh! Thank you, sir. Alright, everyone, let's have a look. This is Ola's punch animation. Oh, do we have the handle? So people can find him. If anyone hasn't followed him yet, you guys should all be following
From
him.
what I heard, he doesn't want more fans.
How come?
He's got enough, he said.
Does he want more followers?
Oh, followers. He said he had enough followers.
Well, he doesn't get to decide.
Here's
I
his-
get to decide how many followers he has.
Here's his Twitter.
What is it?
Ole Loken.
Okay, at. Just his name.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's cool. One of the only people who managed to get his name.
It's not his full name.
What, you mean like he doesn't have his middle name?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know his middle name now because Google likes to tell you, and yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's on this file.
Yeah. That's how I know.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, you should follow him for sure. He's an amazing animator.
Yeah, Ollie's great. Like I learned yesterday that he did work on the reward and has done work with Meckle and stuff in previous Elethra and things.
That's amazing.
As well as all the other amazing things he's gone on to work on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised, but I didn't realize that he'd worked on the reward. That's fantastic.
Yeah, they were classmates back then.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, and the platform sandals are a Japanese thing. Some people still wear them nowadays, but they're more popular in like the Edo period Japan.
Okay.
I believe it's because like they helped people walk across damp ground in marshlands and stuff.
Ah, that makes sense.
Whenever things got flooded, so a lot of farmers wore them. So yeah, everyone's dressed in kind of Edo period clothing in this animation, so it feels like it's some kind of feudal Japanese animation. Oh, I remember this from yesterday. It's so good though. Look at that. The great facial acting. I love it! Oh, it's so fun to watch.
He wanted you to show it yesterday and it make no comment and just end.
And then just end the stream. Yeah. We couldn't resist making a comment, of course. Abimation says he's got one of the best animation Instagrams I've seen. I don't think I've seen his Instagram. I should check that out.
I'm just going to assume that he used Ollie Loken there as well.
I'm going to step through and we'll have a look. So we go down to start off this nice arc and anticipate this upward motion here, which is like the wind up for the punch. I like the way he like using his arm to counterbalance himself and almost aim, except he's not looking. And then we're leading with the head, with the fist being delayed. And look how the fist is enlarged here. That's something that they used to do in Tom and Jerry a lot. Is whenever Tom or Jerry would throw a punch, they would enlarge the fist for a frame or two to give it more impact.
Ah, okay.
And look at that. That's amazing.
Spot.
So you can see that the line of action that he's going to be following is already kind of foreshadowed by this hand.
Also, like the arc through the hand, through the torso, up to the other fist.
Exactly. So let me get this on so I can show you guys. So.
Ollie was following me and I wasn't following him back.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So you can see that the whole body is making this kind of arc here. And this is important because when people use arcs, especially when people who are just beginning in animation use arc, they tend to think that each body part kind of has its own that it has to travel along. They don't realize that the arc of the entire body like can be followed by a different hand than the one which it starts with, if that makes sense. For example, some people would say that the arc of this hand is this, and therefore the next frame has to be like something like this.
Oh, right, gotcha.
Whereas if they look at the overall arc of everything, then you can very much follow that through based on the arc of movement instead.
It's interesting. He has no he has no in between there.
Yeah.
Between the launch up. Oh well, actually that one isn't in between, sort of, because he's got that first anticipation where he pulls right the way back. Yeah. Hey, it's 64 Bits Animation. He's a fellow, or they're, I think they're a group. They're a fellow 2D Animates team member from Twitch.
Oh, cool. Hey, welcome.
Hello. But
yeah, he could get away with that spacing there because of the way he set up this frame. So like I was saying, the arc of motion here, the line of action going through the body of the character, means that because you're basically foreshadowing where you're going to go using this arc, you can skip right to the end of the arc here, and our brains know enough to fill in the information.
Cool.
Like, it wouldn't work as well if that hand wasn't following that arc up.
It would kind of pop or like...
Exactly. You know? And it's great how we have some overlapping action here where the head's travelling forwards, he's still travelling forward, his body as a whole is travelling forwards. The hand starts going backwards here, like you said, to anticipate. So I'm just going to write on. Great line of action. Line of action, satisfaction.
I think it's really cool to be able to analyze here frame by frame what he's done and what his thinking was.
Yeah. And we get this fantastic, like, whip up of the head of the dude, where it does this amazing stretch frame. Whoop. Whoop.
It shows he really did connect. He really did put all his all into it, and he managed to shift this dude's face that far.
Yeah.
But then the reaction from doesn't shift any of his body, so it's like it no sells it immediately afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, it's great because it shows you that even with very sophisticated animation, how much you can exaggerate things.
Yeah.
Like, you would say these characters feel pretty solid, right?
Yeah.
But look how much the arm is stretching there.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Exaggeration is fine if it's only for a frame, and this is held on for one frame. So we see that the fist continues to follow through, and then we get this great rebound on the head, where it just bounces while the main character settles. And it's important that the main character is settling here because, as I've been saying on some previous days, movement overshadows movement. So if the main character was doing his step backwards here, we either would be looking at that or we'd be looking at the dude's head, because we won't be able to register both at the same time.
So there'd be competing main actions happening, so your eye would have to like pick one.
Yes.
And you would miss the kind of the essence of what was happening.
Yeah, whereas obviously we want to make it very clear what's happening, so having bam, then reaction, so we can see the reaction without being distracted by the other character. And then look, we get to see the shorthand that Ola used. Bork, bork. So yeah, I love these partial drawings as well. I see a lot of animators do this, and it looks like a really good technique, where they'll draw just the outline of the figure, or they'll draw partial of the figure to get in the important movements without spending too much time.
He's not gonna get away with this.
But yeah,
Hey,
so
Dead on Studios, thank you for the raid. Welcome in.
hey, welcome.
Let me do some commands for you.
Look at this, we get multiple legs. That's really fun. Yeah. Love multiple legs.
Thank you for the follow. Let me let you hear stuff in here. There you go.
I love it when characters do scrambles. It's one of my favourite things. Thank you, I can hear the music now.
Yeah.
Doc Kwai Kujibo says, what is a bird and bear icon?
So we're a bird and bear. I'm the bear and Swift's the bird.
That's me.
If it's your first time here, Indy and I, Swift and I, we work in predominantly in animation, making music videos with Knights of the Light Table. And what you've happened upon today is something that we call the Animorning Challenge, which is a weekly challenge prompt that we give out into the animation community, and then each week on stream we look through and show what's great about the submissions we receive, or where people can pull up to push themselves and improve in their animation. So this is day 2. We did we did the theme of a punch, and we got like 30 submissions. So Swifty is kindly looking through them and trying to help folks that need it. But we're also fortunate to have received a submission from Oli Loken, who's a fantastic animator, and I think Indy is just geeking out at how well this has been animated.
Yeah, there's not too much feedback I can give on this one because it kind of exceeds my skill level. So, it goes above that ceiling where I can say, "Oh, you could totally do this." But I can totally look at it and appreciate the stuff I can appreciate about it. So yeah, I was just saying that I love the multiple legs on this frame because I adore character scrambles. Scrambles are one of my favorite things to watch and to animate. Where he's just carried backwards by his own fear here. Like, his pelvis is just being pulled backwards. And then look at this lovely arc that the head's doing. You see that? Like kind of a whip motion?
Yeah, like an S curve?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It comes up and over and then pings back. Like a whip.
I like the
a whip or a wave motion.
Shorthand for that is just like a very straight, like, ding.
I am a baseball bat.
Yeah.
And then we get this great vibration. So many great animation principles are being shown here, and so many great animation techniques too. Like that whip motion. Whip motions are extremely useful in animation. I would recommend everybody learn a good wave or whip motion because they can be used for so many things, whether it's a character batting their eyelashes, to a character throwing a punch, to a character running. Like, think about the way an arm moves in a run. Like, so many things come back to the whip motion. Richard Williams was known to say it's all just the whip motion.
Really?
That's all animation is. It's all just the whip motion.
Huh.
So
whip motion is all.
Definitely have a look if you guys haven't looked at wave or whip motions yet to see how you can use them in your own work.
So when you're saying a whip motion, is that where the arc will follow through? Like, it'll go down and then up in like an S. That's the whip.
It doesn't end with the S, but yes.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay.
Like, think about a wave is kind of continuous.
Can you draw the path that the head goes through?
Yeah,
just to demonstrate it.
I can do that. Hold on, let me add to sketch here. So
cool. And then it starts from like further up on the left before.
Oh yeah.
So that, yeah, there's your starting point. Cool.
And then we get this great vibration. Or a stagger, as some people like to call it.
Right.
And staggers are extremely useful too.
Hey, DXZ300. Good morning, it's nice to meet you too. Thank you for coming over from the raid.
Yeah, thank you. So, basically, a stagger is... Do we have another one? No, that's okay. You see this?
Mm-hmm.
Forward, back, and the spacing gets increasingly tighter as we go. So we go forward with large spacing, back with large spacing, forward with medium spacing, back with small spacing.
Yeah.
Same principle as you would use for, say, doing a camera shake or something, except you do it on your character. This kind of stagger is like super useful for showing rebounds. In fact, I believe it was used for this bounce here as well.
Gotcha.
It's super useful for doing rebounds. It's also super useful for showing like tension if someone is like tensing their fist because they're angry, their fist might shake.
So the fingers and thumb won't just close, but the effect of the thumb will have your hand like move.
That's less a stagger and more a hard accent or a rebound.
All right, okay.
Because a stagger's more continuous. It's like a continuous tension.
Oh, so it's like if someone's like angry and shaking their
Yeah,
fist, that you're
yeah.
like, mm.
Exactly.
Okay.
In which case, you would keep the spacing pretty much even through that because you wouldn't want it to peter out.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were going to do something like, say, punch someone and there be resistance, you might want to put a few frames of stagger in there when it first hits to show that there's resistance against the fist before you throw it through.
Oh, okay. They do that a lot in sort of anime, don't they? Where it's just sort of like,
Yeah.
and then explode outward.
It's great. It's really versatile. It's another really versatile technique that you can use in a variety of different situations.
Cool.
That adds a lot of impact to stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You just take these notes off. There we go. Then we get this great facial reaction, which I love. It's like very simple, but it's nice how everything's overset. You see how the mouth here starts to move before the eyebrow does.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get the eyebrows going down, anticipation, and then it starts to come up. And then the eyebrow continues moving after the mouth is finished.
Nice.
So it's just like offsetting those motions a little bit to add a little bit more life. And it also means that, again, so movements aren't all overshadowing one another.
Mm-hmm.
We see the smile first and the eyebrow last.
Gotcha.
And that colours like how we interpret the reaction that he's having. Like we would see it slightly differently if the eyebrow came up first and then the smile.
Okay.
Because it'd be more like a, oh, you dare.
Mm-hmm. Whereas now it's an amusement and then an idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then anticipation as he comes forward, wipes the screen. And we get this great anime shot here. I feel like this is from Mob Psycho or something.
It's very reminiscent of the shot from One Punch that I did for the thumbnail.
It's great. I do kind of wish that the fist was like more in the center, and that rather than wipe off the side, like the fist just came into the camera. Is one thing. That's a matter of taste. But I would potentially keep winding it back here and then bring it into the center of the camera. And then just this. I love that we can like identify the body here as well. So here's the man. I want to see exactly which frame he disappears because these drawings were all quite rough. So I'm pretty sure that he's still here.
Yeah, that's his face, like
at this point.
Going, yeah.
And here we get a rebound. And then this might be his feet or it might be smoke, but he's gone next frame either way. Is this a stretch?
Yeah,
that'd be amazing.
I think that, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I really want to see this completely animated so I can see what Ola would do. Like with this stretch, what? I mean, I think if I was handling this, and I would handle it differently because I have different sensibilities as an animator. I think I would have this held for a few frames.
You fed her, right?
I did, yeah. Hey, Buffs. Buffs is the cat that we live with, who's screaming at us currently.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, I think I'd hold this for a few frames, and then have this frame and just have the character gone, like just gone with nothing but a shockwave left behind to show where he'd gone, with potentially like a trail of dust or something, or maybe some shoes, maybe some sandals left behind. So I'll put could have stagger.
You love the sound boom donut. Yeah.
Sound boom donut.
You love to see it.
It's delicious. Stagger here and then just gone. Just gone. Bam!
You love your BAMs.
I do. And have like the shockwave be like woochoom, 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 woochoom. That's the sound a shockwave makes.
I feel like Ole probably got to the point where he did the previous punch and then he was like, oh, I have to show the reaction, but I'm almost out of time.
Yeah. But at the same time, I'm really curious to see what it was he would have done.
Yeah.
Like, if this had been proofed up.
Mm-hmm.
What are the names? What's the name of this type of sandal? I feel like I know it.
I will look while you draw. Japanese.
Only sandals remain.
Geta.
Getter, that's it. Thank you. And they'd be like spinning. I really want to see this frame. Proofed up. Look at that stretch. Look at it. So yeah, the
Pablo says he did get a punch to the face.
Nice, Palbro. Very good.
Very good, very good.
One of the cool things about punches is that, like, as you can see here, we don't even like see the punch itself. Because if the punch was going to connect, it would connect like here, right?
Yeah.
But instead we go right past it.
Yeah.
So, like, one of the really cool things about punches is the variety of ways you can choose to animate them and how you don't even need to show the impact to have the impact read. Because the thing that tells the impact for you is the character's reaction to the punch, not the punch itself.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always a good thing to keep in mind when you're animating punches like this. It's just, remember that the reaction of the character is as important as the punch itself. Think about fighting games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think about how dissatisfying fighting games are if the person you're punching in the fighting game isn't reacting to any of the punches. Yeah. Like, you're like, did it land? I can't tell.
Mm-hmm. In like martial arts, they tell you to when you're attacking, when you're punching, you're not aiming to punch here on your opponent. You're aiming to punch like
behind them.
Here.
Mike's gesturing to his stomach.
Yeah.
And then he's gesturing behind him.
Yes. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
But yeah, like you're aiming, your target isn't the surface.
Mm-hmm.
Your target is like 2 to 3 inches or like a foot behind, pretty much, because you're aiming to push the force through that.
Yeah.
So I think that you can sort of see that in this animation where it's like where the character is punching, the full extension of their punch isn't here. It's like up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good morning, Ola. Hello. We were just looking at yours. We were just geeking out. I don't really have any notes. We're just geeking out about how cool it is. But yeah. So we were just saying about how you've rather than having the punch actually connect with the face, you've like overshot where it would be and shown more of the aftermath and like how important characters reacting to the punch are in selling the force of the punch.
Yes.
You know,
yeah.
And like Mike was saying earlier, the fact that only this character's head is reacting to the punch tells us a lot about how tough that character is, and is the thing that makes us go, uh-oh.
Yeah.
That didn't really do anything. Oh shit.
Thank you for the follow.
His character's reaction too is adorable.
Party Rock Chick, welcome to the Animation Breakfast Club.
Party Rock Chick rocks in. I wish that we could have raid alerts that were specific to each person who raids or follows.
What, like an AI reads their name and comes up with a pun?
Oh, I want to have like a smash screen for every person who enters.
That would be pretty fun.
Where it's like, you know, Rock Chick has entered the fray.
We could do that. You can have alerts be like multiple different things, and it would just pick different.
Oh, that'd be
ones.
Cool. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
You missed your Orlando theme. Rolando! There you go. I still think it every time I see your name. Yeah, beautiful work, Ola. Really, really cool. That punch is so good. So yeah, like I recommend looking at this one if you guys want to study, especially like cartoony action and seeing how far you can push things and exaggerate things. It's really fun to see characters that feel so consistent and solid, but also use such cartoony physics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can. I was saying I really want to see. I want to see this frame proofed up. Because look at that stretch. What? I need to see it so I can see how it would work. Looks amazing.
Yeah, Indy was wondering whether it was a stretch frame or whether it was smoke or whether it was like speed lines.
Do we ever save and release breakdowns? They're accessible actually for everyone. Sync Sketch is like a public thing, so you can, like, we can give everyone a link at the end, and we always do. Yeah. And you can go and look through all of the feedback and everything. You just have to make sure that when you are looking at stuff, there's a way that you can set it so it doesn't sync up with everyone else's.
Yeah, I think it's you can present and then you can stop presentation. So I think if you've not hit the start presenting, then it won't sync up.
Cool.
I think that's how it works.
Yeah, because sometimes it will try and sync to whoever is looking through stuff.
Yeah.
So you'll end up being taken away from whatever you were looking at and just looking at someone else scrub through stuff.
I link it from the YouTube VODs. So if you want to find the links for previous ones and all the breakdowns there, they're on those. If I have missed a link, it's unintentional, and like DM me or let me know, and I'll provide it for you. Yeah,
this is so fun, Ola, and I see you'd have to figure it out. I'd love to see you figure this out.
Can you go back to the main hub on Sync Sketch just a second? I just want to show them all the previous reviews. So all of these hashtagged Animorning challenges for way down to like water effects and before, they're all available, all the feedbacks and all the different submissions since the challenge started. I might make a page or something where you can just find them all. That might be helpful for people. But
yeah, I think it would be helpful actually. Yeah.
I just saw all the bagels in the thumbnails there.
Oh, the bagels!
Yeah, we want to build a resource for you guys to learn from and really like help push you. So yeah, anything we can do to help to share that and get that to you, let us know.
All right, let's hop onwards. Onwards to @Takibun.
Takibun.
Oh, look at this, coloured. Holy guacamole!
They put lighting in as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice.
Wow, that's a very pretty frame. Let's have a look.
There's a lot of expression there. Oh. Ooh. I like that. Like that frame with the light with like widened mouth is real nice.
You mean on the puncher?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the amount of work that the camera's doing here. The camera's really helping to sell this. Hey.
Is that the dude from Mortal Kombat? It is.
Punch it back. That man is angry. Yeah, lovely reaction from the person who's punched. Really nice reaction. And like really good use of camera as well. Like I think you could even overshoot the camera a little bit because we have it moving from left to right here and then coming immediately back
Right to left.
right to left in the next scene. But I think you could give it almost more of a hooked movement where it just starts slowing down here and then moving back. Like it's almost trying to catch up with the action.
Gotcha.
Let me make a little note there. I can see like by the lighting though, it looks like you're planning to finish this, which you totally should. I'd love to see this entire animation like proofed up to this degree.
Mm-hmm.
I think the movement and everything you have right now is real nice. Pop this on so I can... There we go. Okay. So... Can move L left to right, and then can move right to left. Rather than have an immediate change between scenes. Try having cam continue L to R for a few frames.
I see what you're saying now. I get you.
Did you not before?
Not completely. Like I knew that you had. I knew kind of what you were saying, but now it's fully clicked.
And then catch up with the action.
So when you were saying that the camera should overshoot, that it should continue moving right to left here, like cut
just for
across.
A frame or two.
Yeah, cut across so the motion continues over the cut and then pulls back during the shot.
Like it works currently as it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that could make it feel even better to have, because we already feel like we get like this nice whip round motion because the camera slows in here.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it might be nice to overshoot it a little bit here and then hook back. Okay. So it's almost like we're trying to catch up with the action. Yeah, super nice. Let's go through frame by frame.
Ada Lovely says, one thing I really wish someone had taught me in my animation class is like the tools of animation in proper animation programs than just Photoshop. I have an associate already in animation, but I feel like I only learned a third of what animation truly is. A jack of all trades, master of none, you know? If you were being taught how to animate in Photoshop, it's an interesting choice. I mean, the tools and everything are available there. But you'll spend a lot of your time managing your timeline where you should be focusing on managing your drawings. The way that Photoshop does it is that it has video group layers, so then every layer inside of the group becomes a new frame, but you can quickly see how that's just a pain in the butt to work on. If you're if you're concerned about being able to afford a different software, I would highly recommend either Krita, which is a painting software that has animation.
I'm just going to pop it at the top of this frame and then I'll erase it afterwards, but just so you can see how it's spelled and everything.
Yeah. But also, Blender has recently improved and upgraded their grease pencil tool set to allow for 2D animation, and it's just getting more and more impressive. So even if you weren't concerned about the cost of software, Blender is a fantastic tool. It is amazing. And not only do you have the 2D animation tools at your fingertips, you also have the 3D modeling, 3D rendering, the lighting, the environments, your sets, your camera moves. Everything is in the one software. It'll, like, I want to develop more animation stuff in Blender. The stream is brought to you by Blender TM. Oh man, they could sponsor us in some way. I wouldn't say no. But then they would just be like, "Here, have a software license," and we'd be like, "Awesome."
Yeah, so let me just erase Krita from the top. So what I'm just doing now is I felt like this hand pose was a little bit awkward on the back hand. So I'm suggesting separating that out from the silhouette a little bit more.
Yeah, that was the joke, Darkful. And yeah, I've seen a little bit of Box in Space. I know that he has recently, in the last few months, converted from something else to Blender now.
And then here I have pushed the hand to the right a little bit.
Okay, why have you done that?
Because the previous frame is very, very close.
Okay.
And we're about to start, because she's pushing her head forward here, and we're about to drag this hand backwards. I feel like it'll help with the read of what's happening with that hand a little bit if we start dragging it backwards at this point. And also, I think it'll be nice to just alter the pose a little bit more. So that rather than staying basically the same pose, but coming forward, we have the hand open a little bit. Like, it's a matter of taste, because having the hand come forward more is also a good call. So it's very much up to this artist if they want to take that advice or not. And then this is an awesome frame. I'm wondering if it's worth adding maybe a little bit of blur to the hand for like a frame.
Yeah, Big Top Burger is made in Blender. He's got a tutorial on it. Alright, I'm watching that today.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know where the kids had done a tutorial.
What are your thoughts on construction drawings? Yeah, super important. You saying that you've seen artists named Kren's Crush Art about drawing the figure in perspective with cubes and rotate it in space. It's quite technical, but I don't see animators doing this so much. If you've seen like the roughs before it gets to, you've got different
stages.
Different stages, yeah. Like, I think it comes down to how you understand form and moving it in space. If the construction helps you, if it doesn't.
Basically, when some people don't use construction, it's generally, like if they're a good animator and they're not using construction, it's generally because they already have the construction in their head.
Yeah, they've internalized
and have already learned it, and they don't need to necessarily put it down on paper anymore because they actually see it before they put the drawing down.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to
understand it. It's definitely very useful to learn, And I know a lot of animators who are like intermediate who do use construction.
Yeah.
I'm one of them.
Mhm.
Like, I will sometimes rotate things as cubes and cylinders and forms in order to actually understand what's happening with the figure.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's
and
that's a better answer.
different people use different methods. So you can have cubes, some people use cylinders, some people use like beans,
Mhm.
bean shapes. Because there's so many different schools of construction, but it's very important. And pretty much, I think if you don't do it, then you're limiting how good you can get. Like, you're limiting your progression.
Yeah.
It's kind of a hurdle that you have to leap at some point.
Construction is a visual notation to describe form. So if you're putting those in the drawing, if you're drawing them, then you're visually describing it to yourself. If you've internalized them and you can draw a form without them, you're still thinking about form in the correct way. So I would say it's important for learning, and it's important to learn, because a lot of construction is contour line over a 3D volume. So like when someone puts a crosshair on a sphere to show the head direction, that's a form of construction. Similarly, if you put a line down the torso, like of your chest and stuff, to show the facing direction, that's another marker point of construction. I think going full on animating a whole mannequin,
You don't necessarily have to do that.
yeah, that would be time consuming, because you can do that for an illustration where it's a still pose and really build it up, but having to do
Yeah. Like, you can see the understanding here. I use this as an example.
yeah. Kurzik says that they have some of those lines in their submission.
So can you guys see the understanding here? In this drawing that this person has for the construction,
Yeah.
with this being forward facing shoulder. So that's what this artist is seeing, even if that's not what they're drawing. That's what's underneath everything. And they might have drawn that first, or they might just have that in their head. But you can see in the way that the character is posed that they understand that that is happening underneath everything. So I really love these reaction poses. So nice. Oh, I see, and the fist has come through up here. I wonder if we show the elbow here. Just checking when the next drawing is. Like, this is a great example as well for keeping economy of frames, because there's really like not really a frame wasted in this animation. Wondering if that hand is maybe coming through too much. Yeah.
Ah, he's not gonna get away with this.
Hey, Styx Media, welcome in. Thank you.
Hey, good morning, Styx Media.
Oli says, with that punch, I feel like the elbow could be high in the next frame. Or should be high? Could be high in the next frame.
Yeah, like it feels like here it should maybe be here, but up here, like, let's have a look. The perfect chance to use the construction we were just talking about.
Hey Troblin, good morning. It's going okay, Sticks Media. I'll just call you Sticks for now. How are you doing? You have a good stream? I'm never really able to make it over to your stream, Sticks, because you stream at the same time we do. One day though. One day we'll make it over.
One day more.
Do you stream at the weekend, Sticks, or is it only weekdays? Counterfeit Mascot, you're totally welcome to enter. We save all of the recordings, so even if you can't make it to the feedback live, we provide links to previous challenges. If you're interested, I think the bot's been telling you, but if I just find it. We recently made a YouTube channel specifically for past VODs. Oh, cool. Which has gotten like 20 subscribers in the last couple of days. Woo! Yeah, no worries. So here's a link to the playlist of previous challenge streams. It's full of feedback and drawovers, animators.
Just making a note to make sure that that arm doesn't shrink over the course of the animation.
Pablo, yeah, we did give the new theme. It is to storyboard slash animatic a fight scene. So fight choreography.
Face at the end.
That's the face of someone who's like, I feel like that I deserved that, but I've
been wronged.
I've still been punched. I can't believe you've done this.
Can't believe you've done this. Watch dimensions of body. But great face also.
It's interesting the shorthand that you see in kind of more anime aesthetics where the like water or liquid coming from a form, like the eye, just becomes part of the eye shape as a symbol.
Yeah.
Because it's super legible and clear. Like I've seen that on Ross O'Donovan's Slimantha character.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have a little drip on her mouth and that becomes her identifiable mouth shape.
Well, it's like if you're going to be colouring those tears like a light colour anyway,
yeah,
then it's actually somewhat more readable to simplify the shape than it is to have several overlapping shapes, all of similar colours.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Just like if you're drawing someone's hair, you don't draw every strand.
Yeah, you group them.
Mm-hmm.
That's a thing that you can do in a lot of art techniques. Like if you're drawing a tree, you can group bunches of or arrangements of leaves into one shape and treat that as one volume.
Exactly.
It's a nice way of simplifying it and abstracting it to the point that it's aesthetically pleasing for your composition. So
yeah, exactly. It's the same thing with drawing humans. Humbans! Yeah, I love this so. Beautiful punch.
Thank you so much for taking part, Takabun.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Excellent.
It's Kurzak.
Excellent notes, India. Kurzak!
Kurzak! Whoop whoop.
Can we get a C in the chat for Kurzak?
Stop encouraging people to spam letters. Oh no, Kurzak, this is going to be great. You don't even have to worry.
I love that Oli every time is like F.
F's in chats for Kurzak, please. Let's have a look. Oof. Oh!
Wait, okay, so they don't have a
That's-
horn to begin with, and then they're like,
That's so frightening.
so I see you have punched me.
I don't like that their head snaps all the way around. It makes me uncomfortable.
That's
I don't like feeling like a punch could make someone's head twist all the way around.
because it's like he beat the devil out of him.
Oh my gosh. Beat the devil into him. Looks
That is a really nice, sinister head turn.
Oh, I don't like it. As in, it's very well done, Kurzak. Look at this. This is cool. Ah! Okay, let's have a look through frame by frame because they've got some good stuff going on here.
Staging for this is really, really nice.
Really clear. It could be clearer with a grid. Which I would pop just here.
You've been sitting on he beat the devil out of him for days.
You finally got to say it. You did it.
Oh no, the punch made him horny.
Oh, there we
Get
go.
out! It's too good.
We knew it was going to happen. So this is, I mean, imagine, if you will, that this is a well-drawn grid with all the lines making sense. Just imagine the glory that would be the grid.
Oh, that emote is great.
Imagine. Yeah, imagine this grid. Now imagine this grid being well drawn.
It feels like you've made some sort of stained glass window sunbeam god rays around this.
That's just 1 point perspective. Like, that ain't no big shakes. I'll grid shame you. I'll do it. Wow, I can put notes at like -6 frames. It's interesting.
Just hide a horse's head there.
Oh.
Oh.
But yeah, let's have a look. So we've got some really nice easing going on here at the beginning to gear us up for it.
I had to shrink down my animation at the end, but it was already 2:30 a.m. on Monday night, so the blue guy's torso isn't going all the way down. Oh right, that's fine. That's fine.
Oh, I see. It's not meeting the bottom of the frame. That's okay. No worries.
That don't matter now.
Yeah, look, so you can see some of the construction here that Kurzak has been using.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can see that the shoulder has been tracked with a circle.
Yeah, you can show where the shoulder will roll.
And you can see how the mannequin is simplified before the hair and everything is added on. But yeah, this has got a nice little subtle arc here going down and back.
So is that a usual thing to do, is where you, like, in your first frame you establish what the model is for yourself or for the viewer?
I don't do it because it's good to establish. I do it because I often can't stop myself from drawing completely something, so I can like envision it a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah, so the grid would be representing the perspective viewpoint. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you could bring the chin down a little bit more to make that arc just sweep down a little bit more. If that makes sense. Because at the minute we're going down and back, down. Sorry, down here, and then we're starting to go back and up. But rather than have this, if you have this, it means that you would just be like a little bit lower to smooth out the arc a little bit.
I think Kurzik worked on this after having watched me play Bloodborne.
Oh, really?
Like, was trying to work on it while watching me play Bloodborne.
Oh, interesting.
I apologize. I think I should maybe avoid playing it on Sundays if it's going to disrupt your Animorning challenges, Kurzik. You're trying to do it at the same time.
I would love to see like a head tilt here. Just because head tilts are neat. I always like it when people rotate the heads around to interesting angles rather than keep them face on. Like keep them on flat profiles, I should say. And then you can bring the head back round here on its rotation. I feel like the head might be getting a little bit bigger here. So watch head proportions here. Imagine all the people. Proportions. Oi, what's your proportions? Imagine if I did all the reviews in a really shrill English accent and how terrible it would be. Oh, what's your rocks?
I mean, I think people would come just for that.
I don't think they would. I think they would leave just for that. So some really nice like subtle motion going on here. I really like how kind of slow you're taking it with this.
It's like, please sir, can I have some more in-betweens?
It's very good, Mike. That's very good. That's great. Uh-huh. Yeah. No! No! Tickling me. Don't. I'm scared now. Oh. Oh, you're doing push-ups. I see. I thought you were just going to the toilet or something. Yeah, I like that we're starting to come forward as this hand is still going back. That's really nice opposing action there. No! Stop! I'm trying to concentrate, Michael.
I'm sorry. Ow.
I do feel like the elbow will be dragged here because we have the shoulder coming forward from the previous frame. The elbow would also be dragged forward from the previous frame. So I feel like we kind of need it to be more like this. So the forearm's dragging back, but the upper arm is being pulled along with the body.
Oli says you have some milk cow in you, India.
Do I? How come?
Explain.
Explain! I like that. It's an amazing compliment, and now I need to know more. Is it because he laughed like that too? Is it nothing to do with the drawing at all? It's just to do with the fact that he would squeal whenever someone tried to tickle him.
With wanting head bobs and shakes.
Oh man, yeah. That's true. Everyone's head has to be constantly rotating and lolling around. Oh, Milkcall, I do love him for that. I do love that.
I don't think he laughed ever.
That's true.
He must have.
He never laughed, Michael.
He never laughed.
Never.
Is Milk Cow the one that is drawn in an Animator Survival Kit about the listening to music question?
Oh, it might be.
Or is that someone
else? Is that
else?
Grim Natwick? No, it is. I think it's Milk Carl. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because Grim Natwick is the one with the amazing hands, like spades, who's like, it's all in the timing and in the spacing.
Gotcha. He laughed when he said he was better than the rest.
That's true. His laugh was only in triumph. So right now I'm trying to like bring this kind of down in an arc here. in preparation for the next frame. So, yeah, I'm liking this, especially because it's only on frame for. It's only on screen for 1 frame. I'm a fan of ones.
I thought you said milk cow at first, and I was like, is that a
Milk
compliment?
cow. You animate like a milk cow.
India, why did the baby strawberry cry?
Because it got eaten by a cow. I don't know why.
Strawberry patch.
Wait, are you trying to make up a joke on the spot, or is this a joke that someone else has given you?
This is Adder Lovely has said the question, so I feel like it's a joke.
Okay, go on.
His parents were in a jam.
Ah! It's good. I like it. It's a little note to watch out for the chin here. Make sure that you're keeping like the nose to chin distance pretty much similar. Unless the mouth is opening or closing or something.
Also, Kurzik, yeah, please put in the reference. Kurzik said that they took some reference of themselves punching. They've got a gif of it.
Heck yeah, do that. Also, good job on you taking reference.
Who were you punching? Was it Steve?
It better not have been Steve. Leave Steve alone. So since we're pulling the shirt forward here, I think it would be nice to have the neck get pulled forward too. To give us like this nice kind of curve here. Before we go into this reversal here of the spine. Just like add a bit more contrast.
Oh, cool.
Contrast spine reversal. Spine reversal, that rare element that animators develop. Where we turn into concave.
I like your plant, Caro. Is that a little dodo plush? I'm getting distracted.
Yes, you are. So I think just watch the head scale of the red character here, because the head feels like it gets a little bit bigger during this kind of lol backwards. Is lol spelt with 2 L's when you're using it as an actual word?
Is what?
Is lol spelt with 2 L's when you're using it as an actual word?
Like to lol your head
Head lols, yeah.
I think it's got an O. Lol. To lol your head.
Yeah, but does it have 2 L's or?
No. I don't know.
Is it just spelled like laugh out loud?
The one LOLL is to sit, lie, or stand in a lazy, relaxed way. So I think that would be it. The boy lolled out his tongue.
Oh.
Yeah, if I type lol, all I get is League of Legends. So
Okay.
I think it is L.
There we go. It's not a word that I write very often.
Lol is, I think, is different. Lol is to calm or send to sleep, typically with soothing sounds or movements.
Lol to sleep. I laughed myself to sleep.
Tonight.
Love this movement you have here though with the head snapping around, because it does look like he's just punched his head around backwards, which is terrifying. It's terrifying. I'd be terrified if I was the blue character. I'd be like, I just did a murder.
Well, play it through.
You want me to turn the notes off?
Head goes. Yeah, his head is fully just going around backwards, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, that is creepy.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. You scare me, Kurzak, with your animation. I feel like it almost be nice to have a tiny bit of anticipation here. Like, just to really start it off slow, you know. Start that movement super slow.
Ah, he's not gonna get away with this.
You're right, Robotnik, he's not.
Dark Rising, thank you for the Thank you for the raid.
Dark Rising!
It's been such a raidy day. Thank you. How are you doing? Welcome in. Dog raid. Yeah, we're pushing for partner. Let's get...
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I'm pushing for partner. Swift's along for the ride.
I'm here too. Very subtle.
If we get partner, we get to have more emotes, and that's the only reason I want it.
Says the person who still has to fill an emote slot.
Hey, I did that knife Swift.
You haven't uploaded it though.
Do people want knife Swift?
See, very subtle antic. Yeah.
So you had no idea that we were doing this animation tutorials and critiques based on weekly challenges? Yeah, we've been doing it for a couple of months now.
Yeah, this is so cool. I love this Kozak.
We're trying to be valuable to the animation community.
Exoskeleton says, we want the knife.
Hopefully they're okay with it. Like, I was concerned that putting a knife in it, but it would just be like a little rectangle.
Night night, Rolando.
It would be a tier 2 emote. I kind of wanted to save it for tier 1s if we got partner.
Oh, I see. You don't think it's tier 2 material.
I want people to be able to use it, so...
Oh. Well,
as long as
we
it's not
have
a bot,
like
it'll be fine.
we have one slot, don't we, left for tier 2?
Yeah.
What kind of emote would people want? Now that you guys have seen us streaming for a while, is there an emote that you kind of wish we had that we don't have in terms of reactions or anything? So yeah, this is awesome, Kozak. I hope these notes are helpful. Like, they're very small because I really like what you have already. Like, if I were to say spend another 3 hours on this, I think it would be awesome to have like the blue character react to this red character turning around. But in terms of like the punch itself and everything, I think you've done an awesome job.
So we've got a Doig swole emote.
Yeah, Doig Small is pretty good.
It's like a swole.
Yeah,
You said small.
I said swole.
Okay, swole.
Stamps is good. I do feel like, is Stamps going to be useful to you guys in other people's streams? Because I kind of want to make emotes that you guys can use over, like, in multiple situations, not just in our streams.
Just make a lightbox one that says get lit.
Nice.
Ole read it as Doig with Ole and got scared.
That animation was a head turner. That's very good. Dark Vault. Oh,
Whoa.
Dark Vault is processing, apparently. Hold on.
Oh no.
Wait. Okay. Wait, we have 2 Dark Vault ones. So maybe it's just the second one is the one I want.
Yeah, what's the name? I think they actually have like V1, V2.
Yeah, this is number 2.
There, go for that one.
Okay, well this is one which loaded, so hey.
Yeah. Doig is scary bear. You'll need more glim emotes, that's very true.
Yeah, Bridie says a what the fuck face, please, I love those faces. Can you give me an example? You guys have to show me a what the fuck emote so that I know what you guys mean. I'm a hit play on this.
Scream, you want an emote to react to the amazing animation challenge submissions.
Like a super shocked one might be pretty cool.
So,
Because we have positive and negative, but we don't have just
is that a what the fuck emote? The little
the
deer face.
I mean, that looks very happy. But like there's like a little hamster one that looks shocked. The eyeballs are pretty good. Yeah, it's kind of like shock or slight disappointment.
Right, okay.
Oh wow, this one has like whole story. So cool, Dark Vault. Again.
Yeah, this is cool.
Super cool. Nice grids. Look at these grids going on. Get them grids, boy.
Establishing a shot.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I would say that I think the grid here is a little bit... It might be a little bit... I don't know how to describe grids. It feels like it might need to go into the distance a little bit more given the way that you've drawn them. I think. It feels maybe like you're looking down a little bit too much on the grid and not across horizontally enough for the grid to match up with the environment. Does that make sense?
Well, I mean, maybe it's the drawings aren't matching quite well enough with the idea, because I feel like this archer dude is on a branch in a tree, but it kind of looks like he's kind of face on.
Yeah, they are in a
more
tree,
with
aren't
them.
they?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
more face on with the camp, whereas the camp should feel like it's lower.
I see, yeah. Like they do feel like they are kind of behind a bush
Yeah.
rather than in a tree. So maybe the initial intent with the grid was for it to be more top down, but the drawing just didn't quite match with that.
Yeah.
Because it does feel like the grid feels like you're looking down on it more than the environment does.
Take a shot every time the word grid is mentioned.
Grid, 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 grid.
Grid, 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 grid.
Everybody get drunk. Grid, 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 grid. So I guess I'll put a little note just at the beginning for grid.
Compositionally, and the staging is very clear.
Yes, I
But
like
I
it.
think you need to have more of a downward, like elevated angle on this archer.
Yeah. Let's see if we can do a little version.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh my gosh, this music.
Do you enjoy it?
I can't spell environment.
You can't spend
I
environments.
can't spend environments. Environment is how we do it.
Bam, bam.
Oh my gosh.
Do you like this song or do
No,
you dislike
I feel like
this
I'm at
song?
club.
But light them up.
I don't care what she's saying.
Okay. Well, that's mean. You should.
I'm a rocker, Mike. I'm a metalhead. I am a rocker. I'm a rebel. Yo.
Oh wow! Artistic Leo has a Starlight Brigade T-shirt.
Artistic Leo! Thank you! That's so cool! Oh man, I'm wearing my Space Maria t-shirt today.
Are you?
I am, yeah. From David Liu, who's an incredible artist. I love Space Maria so much. Thank you so much for representing Starlight Brigade. That's awesome. Heck yeah. Alright, let's see. If we want our two characters sitting here. And then we're going to have the main character here. And they're going to be in a tree. Let me try and grid this. Okay. So yeah, we're looking down.
We lit the art fire in your heart when you hit when that hit the scene. Oh, when Starlight Brigade released.
That is awesome. I mean, that's like the coolest thing you can possibly hear.
Yeah.
About something that you had a hand in making.
Sorry, I squeaked my chair through India saying that.
I don't mind, but yeah, it's the coolest thing in the world is hearing people say that they want to make stuff because of the thing that we made. Like that they're inspired to make their own stuff. It's like the coolest thing.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that so much.
I think it fits really well with the story that was told as well.
Yeah, it does. The story is all about like not losing that spark, and that it doesn't matter if it's not perfect, it's still worth it. You know? Sometimes you just gotta do it because that's the fire that burns inside you, and it doesn't matter if the odds feel insurmountable.
Vert says I was mostly inspired by revenge.
Revenge!
Because
Of course you were, Vert.
Yeah, wait, you told me that maybe when Swift wasn't on the stream. Vert was nominated for an award that you were nominated for and that you won.
Wait, what? What award did I win?
You for your Squid and Love animation.
Oh
song.
shit!
Bert was in the audience.
Wait, Bert, are you my rival? Bert, wait a second.
We found Gary.
All this time I thought that you were my friend, but are you actually? Are you my nemesis? Oh shit! I didn't even know. I feel like I don't know. There's not a parallel for this that I know in media. What's something where someone doesn't even realize that they have an enemy and then the enemy's like, "Aha, I'm here now."
Goku and Vegeta. You're Goku.
I feel like Goku. Holy shit. I'm so scared now. What you gonna do? What you gonna do to me?
And you drew over his submission for last week's Animorning Challenge.
Oh no!
Oh, you have a clown nose. Oh no, terrible.
Oh no. What have I done?
You've antagonized
I have
the beast.
stoked the fire of vengeance. I didn't even realize I was doing it.
Oh, of course.
Warren Stone.
Warren Stone.
At least I know Bert's
Perfect.
name. So I feel like something more like that would make it feel more like you're looking down.
Mm-hmm.
The rivalry continues. Vert, bring it on, Vert! The battle starts now! Animation battle.
Animation battery.
So yeah, and this is really nice as well. Like, nice camera work with zooming out on the reaction.
Yeah, that's nice.
I'm just checking where the eyes are.
Because it's like the character in the foreground is realizing their surroundings. So their realization is like they're now more aware of their surroundings. So you pull the camera out to show that they're taking in more of what's happening around them.
Yeah, it's just nice punctuation as well.
Yeah.
One thing I'd watch out for is matching the area of interest between scenes. I don't know if area of interest is the right way to say it, but it's the way that I say it. So for example, here we're kind of looking here, and then it feels like the face is maybe a little bit high because now we're looking up here. So I'd be tempted to just like lower the face here, or lower the entire, just move your entire animation down a little bit, just to match them up a little bit more. So let me do a little doodle. So I'd just like maybe try and lower it to like here-ish. Nice expressions too, by the way. Try lowering this scene a little. So the area of interest, which I'm calling AOI, matches better. And then I love this. Like, this is such a cool shot, such a cool pose. I like the way that you're having the character like pushed away from the screen, and then you have this like foreshortening and forced perspective.
It's really nice.
Yeah, there's a feeling of force as well, with the way the character's hand wraps around the face, that I really like. It's awesome. I like the way that you're kind of match cutting the fist here. The movement of the fist is coming up and over.
Yeah.
Super nice. Lovely perspective. So I think you can cut a few of the frames here, maybe. You could have this one either be spaced closer to the previous frame, or you could cut it and go straight to this, just because I feel like you really want an explosive feeling of speed coming from this punch. And right now, because the spacing bringing it forward is kind of even, I feel like you're not getting as much bang out of it as you could. Like making the slows slower and the fast faster, basically. So we have this lovely like ease and hold. So then just like easing slowly out of this and then exploding forward, I think would be a good call, just to like vary up that spacing a little bit, make it work for you. Work it! I wonder if I can I increase my brush size? Every day I learn new things about this software. That should help us read it a little bit better. Because right now I'm still looking at the original.
Yeah.
What is that flicker? What is that flicker? Oh, it's just a program being weird. Fair enough. Yeah. You see the feeling of spacing here. And then I think we can blur this. Let's add some nice fun blur effects. Why not? There's a colour swatch as well. What? What? Just
This
like,
is where you find the straight line tool and you're like,
oh my gosh, if I find a straight line tool, I'm gonna be so happy and so sad all at the same time. Just give that a slight like, whoa, 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 it's going so fast. Impact frames. I would love to see some impact frames happening here. Actually, that's one thing. That is a note that I was going to say. This coming into the camera, to me, looking at this, it feels like a point of view shot.
yeah.
So when the fist comes into the camera, I assume that that is a punch that's happened, that it's connected with me and hit me.
Yeah.
So then it's a little bit confusing in the next scene when we see that this character has not yet been punched.
Right. I think I saw Dark Volt's submission early, and I gave them the advice that they could potentially have multiple like hits of multiple cuts of the punch to like bam bam bam.
Oh, you were at fault. You were at fault.
So maybe my advice could have been delivered better.
Because we have the punch connect, and then we have the punch connect again.
Yeah.
But the thing is that the punch connects differently. Like in this one, it's going straight into the face, but on this one, the face is like it's hitting the side of the face, and the face is twisting round.
Yeah.
So I think you need to choose a method of punch.
You say that, but I'm pretty sure the Gurren Lagann punch does this too. So.
I don't think it does. Let me have a look.
Oh, you've got the book. She's actually got the, what is it called? The
frameworks.
Yeah, she's literally looking at the storyboards for that punch now.
One punch.
One day we'll have like a desk cam where it's not our faces, but we can show stuff like hands and things.
No, look, here you are.
I'm gonna go over her shoulder.
So it hits the front of the face first, and then pushes past. And then it hits the front of the face first, and then pushes past.
Right. Okay.
But we don't have a shot of it hitting just the front. and then cut, and then have a shot of it hitting just the side. You see, in the Gurren Lagann punch, you can see the progression.
Yeah, it's always like you see it front and then it comes around. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Well, you see him hit the front of the face, and then the side of the face recoil away, all in one shot and one continuous movement.
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So both hit straight on, but the recoil blasts out one side. And
Well,
then turn.
It's more the fact that you get to see it all in one shot. It's like the difference between it feels like if you split the reaction between shots and have the reaction be very different between the shots, it feels like you're telling the same story differently.
Yeah.
Rather than one continuous story.
Yeah.
If you get my drift. But
It's a shame we can't see the previous entry because I feel like you added an additional. I think you added either that one or this next one as well as the secondary thing. Because what I suggested was in the shot that they were coming, where it's a wide shot. I was suggesting that rather than start with the contact, have another punch as it comes down. But that. Yeah.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Go to the next shot.
Right?
Yeah, I suggested that rather than it start with the punch here, was that he hit again. So that in this cut, so you have a fast cut of him hitting, and then another fast cut of him hitting again from this shot to have that Jackie Chan like multiple hits. I'm like under. You guys have the benefit of not being under India's intense. I'm trying to understand what the frick you're talking about.
It's not meant to be
gaze.
intimidating. I'm just paying attention to you.
It is intimidating though. Genuinely. You're like.
When I pay attention to people, I maintain eye contact and don't let them escape from it.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be intimidating. I'm meant to be showing you respect because my full attention is on you.
She smiled after she said that. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I was going for that multiple hit contact thing that you see in Jackie Chan in films.
Yeah, I think it's because the position of the character doesn't really hook up between the shots.
Gotcha.
So it's a little bit confusing. But I think that can be fixed. So, for example, with this shot here where we have the fist sinking to the face, I think if you just kept that shot going a little bit longer, and then had the hand force itself past.
Yeah. I'm sorry I might have given you like bad advice, Darkvolt, but I'm interested to see how India would improve this.
I don't know, dude. I'm just another person struggling to figure out animation as well. But wait, which hand are we punching with?
Left.
Left. Okay. Yes. So I'm putting the little finger on the right side. Just checking. Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to work this out as well.
I'm learning too. Coffee Doodle says, so not to be that person, but how many of these do you guys have left to do?
Coffee Doodles, why did you have to be that person? We're doing extremely well. We're blazing through them. For your information.
Well, you see, Meckel from Tales of Elatrion is also going to submit one. He's going to submit one today.
Oh, what? Come, Meckel!
We at least have to do some tomorrow. Even if it's just that one.
I mean... Right.
I told him it would be okay. He was gonna work on it last night.
You are the bane of my existence.
I'm the thing that gives your life meaning.
I mean, I don't want to be cruel. There's lines I don't want to cross. But we both know that's not true. I love you, dude. And you do make my life better.
No, squats. Yeah, I do.
Oh my gosh, have I been given... Doig's been given... So, see, what I'm trying to get at here is...
How am I getting karma? I said a nice thing. Didn't I?
Well, you said that you gave my life meaning. Is that nice?
No.
I like the chanting. Oh, where is she? Oh yeah, here she is. He's trying to freak out the cat by chanting.
Because it looks like I'm doing one of those memes, the thing with the rugby foot thing.
This punch does not feel right. Hold on, I need to fix this. Do I need to tilt the hand? Let me see what Gurren Lagann does. What does Lagann do?
It's turtles that gives her life meaning.
I accidentally zoomed. Let me reset. There we go. Okay, it's alright. I have the power of Lagann with me, guys. The power of reference. So the elbow go up. Elbow go up and fist go down. Like that kind of thing. So my idea is, if you extend this shot a little bit, so that we see it go from being punched in the face to the face being twisted around by the force of the punch, then when you cut to the next shot, if you start here,
Yeah.
cut in here, then it'll feel like a continuation. And like you're showing different angles. Extend shot to show fist. Twisting face.
So would you say in a case where you're doing like multiple hits, Jackie Chan style, it's only like a couple of frames before, so it's like bang, 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 bang sort of thing, rhythm.
Multiple hits? What are you talking about?
The multiple like contact hits over multiple cuts.
Wait, so are you talking about, say Jackie Chan is gonna land 5 punches on this guy?
No, he's gonna land one punch, but you see
it 3 times. You can show more than a couple of frames beforehand.
Okay.
The important thing is that your eye lines up with where you're looking.
Okay.
And that the character positions hook up.
Yeah.
And the character positions not hooking up is a thing that makes it look like...
That is different.
It's confusing. Okay. You just need to make sure like you're using the same hand, the characters are in the same position.
Gotcha.
Like, I did a sequence recently where you saw something 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a character grabbing for something.
Right, yeah. So,
to show you guys the kind of compositions that I used for it, so you can see what I'm talking about. Say, like, give me an object, Mike, that they're reaching for.
A spoon.
A spoon, okay. So, I had the spoon here, and the hand, like, reaching for it here.
Yeah.
And then grabbing and missing. Right?
Right.
And then the second one, I had the character coming, grabbing for the spoon, and missing with a longer shot.
Yeah.
And then on the third shot, I had the spoon in the foreground and the character grabbing and missing like this.
Yeah.
So in each shot, I made sure that the location of the object they were going for hooked up.
Mm-hmm.
that the character was coming from the same screen direction,
Gotcha.
and that the character's actual pose hooked up each time.
Yeah.
And I gave it more than a couple of frames before each one. Like, it was like, voomf, voomf, voomf.
Okay.
You know,
Cool.
but making sure that everything hooked up in terms of the position made it clear that it was meant to be you seeing it from 3 different angles,
Okay.
rather than 3 different things happening.
Why did he grab the spoon though? What's the subtext?
You'll never know. Because who knows if that sequence will be kept in the thing I boarded it for. If it is, then maybe I'll tell you in like a year when it releases, and I can be like, you guys remember the spoon? No? Well...
I'm gonna enjoy that moment through you.
Yeah, when I'm like, remember the spoon, guys? And everyone's like, no. What are you talking about? Thank you very much, Conker Bomb, for the follow.
Ollie says, I'll remember it, I swear.
I bet you won't. I bet you won't. But yeah, and then you would hook that up to this. Now, admittedly, I've changed it so that this is one continuous movement now. And I know your idea was to show the punch from 3 different angles. If you were going to do that, then you could keep it the way you have it, but then just make sure that this shot is also just being planted in the face. And then I think do it a 3rd time, just to be super clear.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of operate in rules of 3. I think if you're going to show something from multiple angles, you kind of have to have 3 at least to establish that it's a pattern,
Gotcha.
if that makes sense. Like,
I think you can do 2, but 3 feels maybe more natural.
yeah, I guess. Like, if I say red, blue, what's next?
Yellow.
But if I say red, blue, red, what's next?
Blue.
There you are. It establishes a pattern.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
If you see what I mean,
I
in
see
your
what
brain.
you're saying.
Yeah. Porable? Yeah, and then I think just here, like, the hookup of position is a little bit confusing. So I think you could fix that pretty easy by just having, I've just punched you, and now I'm gonna do a flip over you. Please excuse my terrible posing. And then you have that nice pose up there.
I really like the resistance of the tree branch here. It's nice.
So that we feel like that movement continues. And then they punch down on the head, and the force of this destroys the tree branch.
Yeah.
Which is so powerful. I think that you could sell that even more by staggering these 2 actions apart a little bit. So I'd say you could punch this person. Audio muted, that's not what I wanted to do, but fair enough. You could punch this person and have them not move, and the tree branch not move, and have just them react. And then you could see if I can add to the sketch here. Add to sketch. And then you could have a poof shockwave come out. Not a fart wave, a shockwave. They're very different.
I think you were fine.
I could have just not said it.
Yeah.
And then have the tree branch crack. And the cloak billow out like you have it here. You could even have an impact frame here to really sell that the tree's cracked. I think it'll make the action a little bit clearer to stagger these things apart. Again, it's kind of like hierarchy of movement. Like if we're looking at the punch and the tree branch goes at the same point,
when you miss it,
then there's the potential that you have to take a minute to be like, oh wait, what, did something happen down there too? Whereas if you're like punch and then tree branch is like afterwards.
Yeah, because it's almost like you punch and that person's body like bends, and then that body's gonna naturally want to straighten out again, but the punch is so powerful that they can't straighten out against the force of the punch, so the tree is like fuck afterwards.
Yeah, tree be like fuck. Shockwave. Staggering actions like isn't realistic, but it's very readable and very fun.
I want to learn how to do this.
What, stagger your actions?
Yeah.
Let me know next time you're boarding and I will
become a stagger action man.
Stagger action man.
They called him Stagger.
Stagger the action man. The dragon man. Tractor. And then I like this spacing. That's super cool. Where you just have the character ping up. In terms of the crossbow, be careful not to have that overlap the silhouette too much. Maybe have it just here to begin with. Just so that it's not overlapping the blue character too much. Separate from silhouette. For readability. And love the spacing here. Super nice. I like extreme spacing. You guys might have noticed. And then the tree goes so high. The tree maybe feels a little bit too light. The tree branch. Maybe it shouldn't fly off quite so much.
Like, yeah, because if you want to demonstrate how powerful that was, if that tree branch feels heavier, then your punch will feel more forceful.
Yeah, maybe it's just like...
Alright, Coffee Doodle, take care.
Tree branch feels a bit light. So maybe try just reducing the amount that it pings upwards. I also kind of feel like maybe this shot would be better as a center shot, just in general. So that when we land with this character at the end, the character is slightly further across on the screen to match up to this shot. So maybe just look at staging this shot more like this in its entirety. Just trying to find that nice balance. Look at staging. Shot. Maybe more central. So that we we end up with our eyes on this character very naturally.
Yeah.
And then that's a nice shot. Liking that. I like the grid you got going on. Super cool. Yeah, nice work. I like all the inventive shots that you're using here. Like, definitely keep that in the next challenge as well. When you end up... Whoops. When you end up doing the entire scene. Like this. Like, make sure you keep those cool shots. I like them a lot. The main thing you need to think about is just like keeping the viewer's eye line in the same place.
Mm-hmm.
See you, Bryony. And see you, Coffee Doodles.
Take care.
You guys have an awesome day. And now we're moving on to Ada Lovely.
Ada Lovely.
I feel like you showed me a work in progress of this.
Yes.
Because you were laughing about it being a bear with a knife.
It's a fruit punch.
Oh yeah, I remember. Alright, let's have a look.
Nice.
Oh man. That thumbs up at the end. Yay. Pineapple approves. Pineapple approves this message. I like how you went with the pun. Fruit punch. It's very good.
Yeah, I think you were like, oh, I want a punch, but not a fruit punch. And they're like, I'll give you a fruit punch.
And they're like, yeah, I'll show you a fruit punch. So definitely this thumbs up, hold it for a couple more seconds so we can see it. Because it's on so briefly. I need to see it. Hold for a few secs. Or at least like 12 frames. So we can register it. It might also be very nice to have the hand like react other than the thumb coming up to the thumb. So I think you could, if I move this note along one so I have room to draw. I think you could have the hand kind of come upwards for a frame. Just a little. And then settle back down. So we just get a little boop, 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 like that.
Nice.
Like that.
Like that.
Oh, I'm as high as I can go. Okay. For the punch itself, I feel like there's some stuff we can do to like make this feel more forceful.
Yeah. Like I feel like the fruit could shape like the fruit shape could anticipate a little bit like there's something growing inside it. I don't know.
Something inside so strong.
The rage swells maybe. I mean, it
could definitely shake.
It's playing to the fact that it's unexpected. So the punch is unexpected. You have absolutely no idea it's going to come.
Mm-hmm.
But you would also have no idea it was going to come even if the pineapple started to move. You'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
whoa, the pineapple's moving. Why is... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, the bear notices something.
that's true. So what is the bear noticing?
I think you could have it shake a little bit. Shake your body in time.
The pineapple is Stagger the Action Man.
Yeah. Pretty much. So... yeah, I think you could have... if you have it just like squash and stretch even a little bit, I think that'll do it. So... just have a couple of drawings, maybe 3 or 4 drawings of it squashing and stretching. That you can like between, and then have it go still.
So you'd be like,
Yeah. So have a little vibration. Or stagger. Oh, I don't know how to say it in a way which is like feels right, you know? Stagger, squash, and stretch.
shake. Shake works.
Shake. Okay.
Shakes
Shake.
with rage. For rage.
A little stagger for stretch. And then go still. What about 16 frames?
Kikori Kim suggests boil, maybe?
Yeah.
Would it be a boil?
A boil would use less conscientious squash and stretch. A boil is when you basically trace over again.
Yeah.
But because of the natural variance
It
in your
feels
line.
like it's moving, but it feels like it's not still, but it doesn't feel like it's spaced.
Yeah.
Like
Because
it's
you're
moved. Okay.
you're not trying to make a new drawing necessarily. You're trying to make the same drawing again, but just with slightly different line quality.
With a little bit of life. With a little bit of keep alive.
Yeah. There you are with the terminology.
I've been around you for
Yeah, it's
like
good.
7 years.
I'm not calling you out. I'm saying it's awesome.
Yeah.
You're still 16 frames before punch. I think 16 frames should do it. You might need a little bit more. See how it feels. Okay, and then we have the punch happens. So I think... Let's see what we got going on here. I think there's something in the fact that the punch doesn't move when the bear flies away.
Yeah.
That is diminishing the power of the punch.
Yeah.
Let's see, what's your spacing like? You have this on frame for 1, 2, 3, 4 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have like 12 frames for that one. Yeah, I think overall it feels like a little too slow. Like definitely smear frames, holding them for 4 frames is gonna like diminish the power of the smear. So I'd say you probably want this for 2 frames. Whoop, 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 whoop. This for 1 frame. Or 1 exposure, if you want to use that terminology correctly.
Yep.
And then hold this for maybe 5 frames.
I'll be right back. Just in the bathroom.
And then this would be a great place to have the stagger. Because we have like the feeling of resistance, right, when it meets the face. So I think between this frame and this frame, you want to in between them straight and then shuffle up the order of the frames to create a stagger. So how do I explain this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this is like key 1. We'll call it key 1. And this is key 2. Call it key 2. So then between these two, you want to just evenly in between. So you'd have for example. And then to create the stagger, you would order the frames like, I don't know what fell over. 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 5, 4, 6, 5, or something. And that will create a stagger that gets slowly closer and closer to the second key as you go. Some tips for the length of how many frames would be helpful. And Sasquatch says, could the arm command do a very short wind up with bent elbow? Could totally. Yeah. Exactly. So 6 drawings, but all they'll put in is staggered. Yeah. So your 6 drawings will like evenly go from your first key to your second key, but in ordering them staggered and slowly creeping up from 1 to 6, it means that you'll get this vibration, but the vibration will also be vibrating toward your second key. So that's how you would get like someone punching and then there being like a stagger and a shake on the punch, but the punch also slowly pushing them away, like further towards the second key. It's a really fun technique to do. So like it's like, I guess we could call it a moving stagger. Then order your frames like this. I don't know. I didn't see what fell.
Okay. I return.
And then probably just...
Oh,
You're having a big brain moment. Yeah, these little tricks are really fun. They're really fun to use. You should give it a really fast try. Like, it's very... find something very simple to in between and then just try staggering it. Lots of fun. So then we get to this. And I think no hold here. Let's just get this off screen. So when we have the bear shoot off screen, I think we need to feel like the punch is continuing through.
Yeah.
Now the resistance is gone. So I need to find that frame. There it is. And again, I'd have the bear whip off screen only in like 2 exposures or something rather than holding it for 4. Okay, so it's been trying to punch through and now it's punched through. So I'd have it be like, ha! I have vanquished the bear.
Oh! Poor bear. I mean, if you treat the pineapple like your shoulder, maybe think of it like that. Like that's the... Although, yeah.
I think in this instance, it doesn't need to be particularly realistic.
No, it doesn't.
Like, because let's be honest, the pineapple would overbalance with the weight of this arm.
That's very true.
But it doesn't, I don't think it needs to be. To obey real world physics.
The second part is it just the arm falls over and the pineapple is just taken off with it, like taking over the edge with it. Because it feels like that grid is a table.
Yes. So yeah, having the arm basically follow through here. I think will help that feeling of force. And then you want it to settle a little bit. Here's trouble.
I just gave her some food, so...
So hopefully she's in a nice and pleasant mood where she loves us a lot because she got fed.
Yeah, hopefully. Sounds like she might have went further downstairs to scream.
No, Buffy, don't do it. There we go. She started screaming.
I'll be right back.
And then we just want like a little settle on the hand. Whoop. There I go, drawing on the wrong thing again. The hand needs to tilt a little bit, or it feels a bit awkward. Yeah, I think the settle here needs to be nice and slow. Slower probably than I have it here, to really offset the fast action. Hey, Buffs.
Okay. Shush, shush. Give me. It's okay.
But hopefully that follow through there on the hand will help give it a little bit of force that it didn't have before. Also that stagger I think will help a lot in terms of making it feel like there's resistance against a bare face. And just beware of putting very fast actions on fours and such. Because if your spacing is very wide, it'll make it feel stuttery. And if your spacing isn't very wide, then it'll make it feel very slow. So you probably either want wide spacing with very low exposures. So like on 1s or 2s. I think either way you probably want to use 1s or 2s for punches. Just because the action is so fast. And then with the knife, it kind of stays in place. And then falls. I think it'd be nice to have like... Oh wow, she's screaming again.
I'm gonna just close the door.
I think it'd be nice to have like a spin on it or something. You know?
Oh yeah, so like the force of the hand whipping back catches it and it's just like...
Yeah, and then you can just keep it spinning in space. Just put it on a cycle and keep it spinning in space until you want it to drop. It can just stay there.
You can also have the pineapple do a spin.
When?
I don't know. Sasquatch is just like saying it.
The pineapple can do whatever it wants. It ain't got no rules.
Alrighty, I think you've advised this one to a point where we can move on to the next.
Okay. Do we want to move on to the next, or do we want to leave this till tomorrow and come back?
I think you should do at least one more, maybe, if not 2 or 3. I don't know, man. What number are you on?
14.
That means you do about seven a day. I think we look at the next one, see if there's anything. I think we have to look at ones and not review and get through a couple more and show them.
What? Look at them and not review?
Yeah.
No. So, do we have a handle for this one?
I don't know.
How would you check the notes for later? We will drop a link into the chat, which will let you have a look at all of these. We could probably drop the link in now.
Yeah. You
Devon says, I've almost reached 10,000 books. I just wonder who I will make exercise. Oh! Declan, you know that we've always been good friends, right? You know we have a connection.
like that you're using their real name.
Mm-hmm. You see, Mike doesn't know your real name, but I do.
I mean,
I care.
I know that was correct.
Yeah, that's easy to say now, isn't it? I'm just saying.
Friends don't let friends be a slouch. Yeah, show your true friendship.
Hello, Peter Steves. Hi. So, do you have the tag for me or the link?
I'm getting the link to post in. There you go.
Yeah, Declan, you can help me relax. You can help me laugh at Mike while he exercises.
So let's see. Can you play it through so I have an idea of what it looks like?
I can give you the initials.
Sure.
KO.
Oh.
And it's called Image 0785.
Okay. KO.
There is. I need to like.
Oh.
How do I unsync?
Is someone scrubbing through and changing it?
Well, they're not changing it. They're just looking.
Ah.
How do I unsync myself? This is what problems me.
Leave me.
Cool. There we are. And we were at this one. So. LOL, pineapple! So, what's the handle?
I don't know. I haven't found what you were talking about. So it's got, because I can only see it through like.
Can you not look at the handle? I gave you the initial.
Well, this is the name that they want to be known by, but what you're telling me is the name.
Okay, well I'll just
Google
play
gives
it.
me. Yeah.
This is why they take so long.
Oh. Hey.
Oh dear, another punch that didn't quite work. Okay, cool. I have some notes I could give this that I think will help. This is cool. Okay, let's see. So, first off, I think maybe the pose of the punch.
So this is Purpur Cat.
Purpur Cat.
Purpurkat.
Like this. Yeah?
Yes, that's the one.
There you go. So, I think the pose for the punch here feels a little bit like they're punching with the flat of the top of their hand. Because you have the knuckle here and then the joints of the fingers here.
Yeah.
So I think you want to adjust this pose to make it feel more like they're punching with the flat of their knuckles. So
yeah,
like...
if that's like the first frame of contact where they're hitting that way, then I would agree. I think you could maybe, like, if you want to show that the character's tough, you can have them hit and for their wrist to not be able to withstand the impact, and then be like,
yeah,
so you'd have to have that first
snap
one
their
first.
wrist. You could do that for sure. So I think you want to make sure that your pose is, your hand pose is like that. And then I think the slow in, you have a bit of a slow in on this punch here. Go away, Malware Bites. I'm busy. Go away. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3. At least you're on ones, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
But I would keep this elbow coming backwards here. And then start bringing it forward, maybe here. Let's get a blur frame in. Why not? Why not?
Why not?
We are the
indeed?
masters of animation after all. We can do what we want.
Whatever we want.
We can make a pineapple punch a bear. Oh, the power of being an animator.
Don't let it go to your
Head?
Yeah, I was trying to think of, I was trying to think if there was an animation thing that I could say, but I failed.
Let's see. There we go. So, and then have this rebound back maybe to show that it's like hitting a super hard surface. Rebounds are brilliant. So there are things in animation called soft accents, and there are things in animation called hard accents. And soft accents are when you ease into something. I guess like a hug or resting your hand on someone's shoulder would probably use a soft accent. And then there's hard accents, which are accents where you overshoot and then rebound backwards. And they give a feeling of like power and velocity. And also a feeling that there's a resistance there. So I think a hard accent would be useful for this animation. So you see there's like a little rebound there. And maybe I made the rebound too big. I wish I could move frames, but I can't. Rebound. In brackets, hard accent.
I need to find a good place for this.
And then I'll just write here, adjust hand pose. So they're not punching.
Scottish is a hard accent. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? I didn't ken what you mean.
Didn't ken what you mean.
All accents are hard accents for me because I'm bad at accents. And then you have these nice eases, which totally work. And I love this little look up. I'd love there to be more of a hold here. Keep holding. Just to really give like this time to sink in. It's great. And then we get this big dude winding up. And I feel like there needs to be more of a wind up so we understand what's going to happen. So I would maybe adjust the pose to have it more like...
Abimation says, I've been told I'm posh Scottish.
What does posh Scottish sound like, Mike?
I was about to ask.
Well, I mean, it's hard to ask someone in a text conversation.
That's true.
What an accent sounds like.
Is it?
Well, I thought you might have heard it before being Scottish.
Do I have a posh Scottish accent?
No, you have a Canadian accent.
What do you mean I have a Canadian accent?
That's what people say to you.
An Edinburgh accent. So, like a fairly Lothian accent. Because there's a slightly more common sounding Lothian accent and a slightly I guess less common. I'm trying to think. I think my parents both have a soft Edinburgh accent. They're sorry, I'm reading the chat and also thinking. I think their accents have softened over the time that they spent in the borders, so they have a little bit of a mix now. Because I can hear the difference when I hear extended families who have stayed and remained in Edinburgh, how different their accents stayed. Because I would say I have a very, 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 very slight Edinburgh accent.
Bam! Ease out it, and then bam into it. That's how you do it.
Yeah, Abimation, I think Abimation saying that I'd say so too, in terms of like I have a very slight Lothian accent, because I picked up my accent that has softened over the years from my parents while I was growing up, and then the Scottish Borders accent I never really picked up or adopted, and so I've kind of went from a jettison of Lothian Edinburgh accent to kind of an Americanized version of Scottish. I don't know. When I visited Scotland for the first time and ate out and asked for mashed potatoes as a side, the waitress gave me such a confused look like, what did you call it? I lost my marbles hearing that they called them tatties.
Tatties.
Yeah.
Tatties.
Mashed tatties, yeah. Or I'm not saying it properly. I'm not saying it properly. It's more like mashed tatties or something like
mashed tatties.
Mashed tatties.
Mashed tatties. It's mashed potato.
Where were you? It's not like we don't know what a potato is. Yeah.
So, with this, I would suggest getting the entire body involved for one thing in this punch to make it feel powerful. I also would eliminate the in-between here and have it more just an ease.
He's not gonna get away with
And
this.
then bam, straight into the punch here.
Tim, hello. Welcome. Thanks for the raid.
Oh, wow. So many peoples. Thank you very much.
Welcome in.
Hey, everybody. How was the stream? Welcome, welcome. We're reviewing some animation, making a few notes.
How are you getting on? And it's Clyde as well. Hey.
Oh, hey. How's it going? How you guys doing? We are looking through Animorning challenges and giving notes.
You should have mentioned tatties in How to Train Your Dragon to introduce the concept into our collective consciousness.
They should have. We needed to be primed.
You watched Tim impale a frog.
Oh no!
Why?
Tim! What happened? Why would you do this? Aren't frogs friends? To all?
It was a request.
Well, fair enough.
Well, okay, yeah, no, I can see why that would happen.
I mean, if someone
then,
asked you to do it.
Yeah. The audience is always right, am I right? It was just
How many
Kermit.
bits did they give you to murder?
What does it take to send you over the edge? It was just Kermit. Okay.
Oh, it was only... Oh, okay then. The most evil frog, right?
The most
What
unbeloved.
did Kermit ever do for anyone?
You guys seem to have missed a crow mail.
No way, really? Holy crapoly, where's the crow mail? Where do I find it?
Oh, you don't have it up.
Well, what do you mean I don't have it up?
Well, how? Do
I'm
you-
not logged in as you.
Oh, so you're not on the dashboard.
No.
Oh, okay. So it's from Peter Steves and it says, a man is punching
Wait
fire.
a sec, what the hell, man?
Yeah, okay, fine. I'll do it, okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
that is not a crow mail.
Oh, look, we seem to be having a crow mail. Look, it's flying in through the window. Oh, no. What's that little crow? Is it a message from our friends over yonder or whatever? Who's it from? Oh, it's from Peter Steves, who says, a man is punching fire. He wants to be a firefighter. Another one. My dad tried to punch the fog today. He missed.
Very good. I like it. Very good.
I don't think you sound like a crow. I think you sound...
What do you mean, me? Don't you mean stamps?
I think Stamps has been taking bilingual lessons with a bunch of pigeons, if I'm honest. That's better. Yeah, you need to go harsher.
I'll practice. I'll train with stamps. We will both train together to make more crow-like sounds.
So, if you've never been here before, I'm a Scottish bear and I like to make art and animation with my favourite Swiftie over there.
I'm an English bird, innit? Yo.
Yeah, we're a couple.
Whatever.
Couple of. I would say I'm an animator now.
Oh, are you? You graduated.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah. I mean, I'd label you a generalist.
I'm a generalist
because you don't specify, but you have done animation.
Yeah, who happens to... I work in animation.
You haven't professionally animated.
I've never professionally animated.
But you have animated. And your animations are cool. So
yeah. I have actually professionally animated, but it was terrible and I don't count it.
I remember that. Let's not talk about just because the subject matter is a little risque.
Wait, what?
I'm thinking about Dungeon Run, man.
They never made it into the game.
I know, but you still did it professionally because you were paid to do it.
All right. Not the one I think you're thinking. I animated boobs jiggling on a character model, but that wasn't in the game.
Yeah. So what are you thinking of?
Oh, I did 3D animation on a character for a game called Jekyll and Heights. There was a barber, and I did attack and motion animations and stuff.
Oh, cool.
I also animated for the Mutiny game.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So that was your own game that you weren't being paid to make, so...
Have we been reanimated yet? That is true. It was debatable. Anyway, I'm more of a colorist, and we both... India's an animator / director at a company called Knights of the Light Table.
Still feels weird to call myself a director.
You are a director.
I know, but it still feels weird. It will never not feel weird.
If you have happened across the work of Knights of the Light Table in the past, that's awesome. If you haven't, here's a nice handy link for you. If you check out that link there, you can see a fair few of the music videos the Knights have produced over the last 3 years. They include an animation for Twerp, a band associated with NSB a lot of the time, because we got a lot of work through Game Grumps. So
oh yeah,
we did Starlight Brigade for Twerp, and we also worked on Magnum Bullets for Night Runner. And there was also Blowing the Payload for Starbomb that I did backgrounds and color design for. So a fair few things there.
Yeah.
If you enjoy that sort of thing, do check them out. Let
Starlight
us know what
is the thing that I directed. That's my big...
That's your big baby.
Yeah, that's the thing that's closest to my heart.
Yeah.
Magnum Bullet was directed by Patrick Stannard.
That's true.
I animated on that and did some boards on it.
Yeah, you did boards, animation,
clean up, all the general animation stuff. Mike was background lead on that and compositing.
You were actually eating in an old restaurant in Edinburgh. I think it was the waitress's first time hearing a Midwestern American accent, just because the raid happened in Crowmail when I said this. Gotcha, thanks for catching me up. Wait. Someone redeemed push-ups?
Oh ho 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 ho!
I did push-ups, but I don't see the new one. You know what? I'll just believe you and do them anyway.
Another set? Michael. Okay, so let me explain while Mike's doing that. Well, I have a bit of peace. I'll explain what I'm doing with this feedback here. So, basically, in order to tell the force of the punch, rather than have an in-between here, did you just do 5?
Yeah.
That was so fast. Okay, instead of having...
5's getting easier.
Instead of having an in-between here, I'm pinging straight to the punch. And let's also have the character really, really react to it to show the force of it. So really have them like crumple in on themselves, like throw their heads forward. Show that the force of the punch is pushing the center of mass of this character backwards.
Yeah. Oh, we should say we're doing an Animorning Challenge stream today. So a lot of animation reviews and feedbacks and advice.
I thought we said that at the beginning.
Did we? Okay, we just good.
Yeah, like have this character's legs come up off the floor as they are flung backwards. And then the next frame, just like get them out of frame. Have them like...
Get them out of
just,
there.
Yeah, just yeeted away. And this would be a great place to have, like, if you want to do a shockwave or something to really show the power of the punch, to be a great place to do it. And as for the guy who punched, just have like a really nice subtle follow through as he continues to twist. And we lose the blur of his fist and just go into a settle instead. So, because the settle you have at the minute... Boop, boop. There's something about the way his fist is held. Again, I think the hand pose for a punch is a bit unusual. Unless he's doing like mantis style or something. Usually for a punch, if you do a punch now and just like act one out and then pull your fist back, you'll find that instead of pulling it directly back and keeping your hand like oriented with the top of your hand facing the top of the ceiling, you'll twist your hand as it comes back so that the top of your hand is actually facing sideways away from you.
Okay, yeah.
You don't tend to...
Yeah, because the natural... Because your forearm is made of two main bones that can twist.
Yeah, they overlap.
When you relax... After you've done that like tense punch, when you relax, it'll naturally
untwist.
sort of... Yeah, naturally sort of turn. Because it takes
effort to...
Yeah. To punch straight.
So,
like, you do get certain punches where you don't actually go straight on like that. You do like this. I don't do them, but yeah.
Yeah, Mike,
I just noticed that
Mike's arm is clicking as he like rotates it.
Every single time. Oh no, I'm a
Stop,
creaky willow tree.
Stop.
It stopped.
So it will be probably more like this kind of dealio. With him straightening up. And then just have that very, slow settle back. But I think that'll give you a feeling of like more power in the punch.
You'll be hearing India's Discord.
Oh, are you hearing boops? Sorry about that. So yeah, I think that'll give you some more force than your initial pass. Especially that wind up. The wind up is doing a lot of work here. To just have a very clear, readable line to follow. Straight lines have a lot of power in them. So in having this very clear, readable anticipation here, we're also showing the direction that the punch is going to go in.
Thank you for the follow.
Which helps us read
Welcome in.
What's happening. So yeah, I hope that's helpful. So moving on to the next one. This is Rose Blazing on Twitter. Thank you very much for submitting, Rose Blazing.
Thank you.
We have a Discord channel, but it's not like a general kind of fan Discord or anything. It's actually like more like an animation study group. So we try to keep it pretty small.
I made a command.
Oh, nice.
When I was eating out there in Edinburgh, I tried haggis for the first time, and it actually really tasty with sweet potato mash.
Oh yeah, haggis is good, man. Haggis is delicious.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, tell you the ingredients, and you're like, oh.
It's the sheep stomach bit that people get squeamish about.
Yeah,
but the sheep stomach bit is just the outside film that keeps it in. It's very much like a sausage. Like a sausage is skin. Like that's just meat in a skin pouch. It's the same kind of thing for haggis. It's just the outer film. Everything inside is just like herbs and meat.
Yeah, Kurzik's saying that sausages is that an intestine?
Yeah.
That goes through?
Something like that.
Something like that.
So it's very similar. So if you like sausages, it's like the same dealio.
It's just. I had vegetarian haggis as well, and that is also very, very tasty.
Yes, vegetarian haggis is delicious. Really, really good. It's just really like, there's just a really nice combination of herbs and spices in there as well.
It's really Moorish and like warming. Yeah, and there's spices mixed in and stuff. Give it a go. It's great.
Recommended. Like, and definitely like vegetarian haggis is delicious. So if you don't want to eat meat,
I'm sorry to every other
that.
Scottish troll out there who's like, oh, I'll have you endure haggis, but it's a bit of an in joke that it's genuinely actually tasty.
It's really good.
So
yeah, rose blazing. Just a note to watch the head proportions here, as the circle you're using as a basis for your head construction changes between these two frames quite a lot. Like, it starts off much bigger. So just try and keep that consistent. If you have to copy and paste between the frames, ain't no thing. Do what you gotta do. I put a little note at the beginning just to say I like the poses here. Like, you're choosing nice poses. We have this hand come up and around here. I think you could get more of an arc out of it. So looking at... I'll just draw over it so you can see very clearly. This fist here. We then raise it a little bit. We're easing in. Raise it some more. And then we're up here. And then we start this arc. Well, these are all very straight up. I think if you curve them more to the left as they come round, we could get more of the feeling of the arc coming in. So I would suggest that you bring this back a little bit here, and then this frame, let's bring it back to here instead. So we get the feeling of, you know what? We could bring it back even more. You know what? Realizing. Let's try that. Yeah. And then I'm going to bring it down a little bit again, so that I'm not losing your spacing too much. And we want to tilt it like so. There we go. Now it feels like more of an arc, if you see that's coming around. I think it needs to come up just a little bit there. There we are. So now we get this feeling of an arc coming around. So I think the main feedback I have here is just in terms of spacing and timing. The punch feels quite slow, almost like a practice punch.
Mm-hmm.
And it might be the frame rate, because I can see that you have a lot of stuff on ones, but it doesn't feel like it's on ones. Maybe it's on 10 frames a second or something? Aha! I see you there. Let's put it on 20 frames a second, just for funsies. Yeah, I think it feels better immediately if you're using ones. Putting on 10 frames a second means that you're automatically using 3s and 4s, even though you're only using one exposure.
Gotcha.
And 3s and 4s, a snappy punch do not make. So just look to maybe speed up your frame rate a little bit. Because like I said, I like the posing here. I think you could reduce the number of drawings that you use here for the punch actually being thrown forward. So I'm going to keep that fist there aligned with the forearm, because if you tilt the fist down, then it feels like the punch loses power. Like breaking the wrist in a punch is never feels as powerful as lining it up with the forearm.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you could probably lose this frame.
Just to give that an extra snap.
Yeah. And ping straight through to this. Let me get the elbow in here.
It always impresses me seeing how quickly you can build up the form and the gesture.
I'm not very clean, though, unfortunately.
It's still there. Like, it's something I struggle with when I'm drawing, is figuring out the intent in advance. Like, I often try and find the pose as I'm drawing, and it crumbles a lot of the time.
I used to do that much more, but I had to start being really conscious about it. I still do it sometimes. You know, but it helps to just know body mechanics, like to know that the shoulder's going to be pushing forward here.
Mm-hmm. Just in terms of like constructing your shoulder there, if you look at the way the shoulder is intersecting with the line of what would then go into like the upper arm, India's using a thing called a T-junction intersection, which is when, you know, that overlapping line above hits the horizontal line, so it feels like it's the form is overlapping. That's a really good way to describe muscles.
So Mike's talking about
Anatomy.
This.
Yeah.
Because it's a T.
Yeah, because that's where you decide where one form is in front of or behind another.
Yeah, so same thing here. Same thing here. You know, all these are showing what's in front of what.
Yeah. If you're not using those in your work, adding those will plus it by, it's like Kaioken times 10.
Yeah, like I feel like if you wanted to, you could push the body further forward here on this follow through. You could have it really like show us a bit of the back and have them like actually lean forward.
Yeah, if you put that lean in there, that shows that they're also putting their weight into the punch.
You need the head to go down as well with this, because it'd be pulled by the body. So let me just sketch the head in here so it's really clear where it's going on the next frame. Whoop!
There are different kinds of punches. Like jabs, usually you don't put your weight behind it because you want to be able to quickly retreat. But for a blow, like a punch that's crossing your body, you want to have that shoulder be active in the punch because it's a really strong part of you. If you're only punching from your arm, you're gonna lose a lot of. You're gonna just lose a lot of force.
Yeah, Dark Ball. I find that working without onion skinning has improved my animation a lot. I used to use onion skinning to animate, and then I learned that actually it's more meant to be a tool for in-betweening and not actually a tool for coming up with your key poses, and I stopped using it completely apart from when I came to very tight in-betweens. And it's really improved the spacing of my work. To just flip between the drawings makes it much clearer than having a bunch of lines cluttering up every time you look at it.
Gotcha.
Like, definitely onion skinning is a really powerful tool and very good to use, and I would never recommend people swear it off completely.
Yeah.
But I have found that when I'm first doing my animation and my roughs, that not using it helps a lot.
I think it breaks the connection between smoothing where the lines go, rather than thinking about where the forms are moving. Like without onion skinning, you have to be like, I'm drawing an arm, whereas with onion skinning, you can be like, I'm drawing the side of an arm, like as it would move between this frame and this frame.
I'd be interested to know if Ola uses onion skinning when roughing.
I'd be interested too.
Or no.
Oh, hey, Clyde's still here. I hope you're getting on. Okay.
Yeah, Clyde, how about you? Do you tend to use onion skinning in your roughs? Because there's no right way to do it. Like, I find that it helps not to, but plenty of other people do find it helpful. So yeah, great job, Rose Blazing. Thank you very much for submission. Wah! Clyde says, yeah, I use onion skinning while roughing. There you go. Right, Clyde's an incredibly skilled animator. Anyone here doesn't know, then yeah, he is, and you should all go and follow his Twitch channel immediately to catch amazing animation streams with him working on his own film.
Yeah, Clyde's currently working on a short film, which is a sequel to his Brackenwood series. And it's looking incredible. Absolutely incredible. You know what? I'm going to make a custom command for Clyde.
Yeah, Darkbolt says everyone knows Clyde. People just don't know they know him. It's true. If you know Bitey of Brackenwood, then you know his work.
Yeah, it's Adam Phillips, I think. Oh man, you say a name and then you're immediately like...
Should I have said that name?
You're wrong.
What, you think you got his name wrong?
for that split second of doubt.
I'm pretty sure you didn't.
So yeah, Bitey of Brackenwood. He's been working at Disney for many years as well.
Heck yeah. Alright, let me hit play on this from Kubiba Studio. Kubiba. Ooh.
Ooh.
Very nice. Lovely movement. Thank you for the grid. I'm happy about the grid.
I love that quick up on the camera so you can slam down with it.
Me too. I love the quick up on the character as well. Like...
Yeah, having that little pop up.
Let me have a look at the spacing on that.
I am a little bit confused when it cuts to the kind of further out, like where the character has gone.
1. And then we get 1, 2, 3, and then just eases in the same position. I love this eases in the same position. This is great. Just this like very fast up after this nice anticipation here, and then the slow ease in the air is really satisfying. Slow, fast, slow is such a it's tasty. It's tasty, man. So what are you confused about, Mike?
Where the character is.
This.
I guess it's the origin of the shockwave, but I'm just...
Yeah, the origin of the shockwave is confusing. It looks like the character goes past camera. The thing that I'm not getting about this animation is punch. Like, it feels more like they're dodging past camera than they're doing any kind of punch.
I think that fist coming down is intended to be the punch, and it's hitting the ground, and then it's shockwaving out.
The thing is, though, that all we're seeing really is the elbow.
Yeah.
Like, this is the best shot we have of the actual fist.
Yep.
But the fist goes past cam. And then the origin of the shockwave, with this ring here, implies that it's from behind.
Like it's back there, yeah.
Oh, I see. So you think that this is a cut?
Yeah.
Ah, I read it as being the same scene.
Yeah, because the grid doesn't change.
Because the grid doesn't change, and because this could be hidden behind the elbow very easily.
Yeah.
So to me, it looked like we were just wiping the screen.
Gotcha.
Rather than cutting to a different... If we're cutting, that makes more sense. But I think if you do that, if you want to cut, and for this to be a cut, I think either a zoom out from this frame before the shockwave happens, so that we feel like we're zooming out from our current position to see this new scene.
Yeah.
Or like a whip pan, or like changing the grid. Something needs to show us it's different.
Yeah.
So this is what I would suggest.
Because as you scrub through, you have that circle shockwave come out, but then you also have the ground being like like it breaks up, as if we're slightly past where the punch has happened, and then you see it resonate out. But it is, yeah, great setup, but the actual
punch doesn't read.
Punch, yeah.
But we can make it read. Oh, we can make it read.
How would you make this read? Let's see if they said anything. I've been forgetting to do this. But I believe Kubeba is Drev. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, it is. It is. Okay, that's strange. Drev, you in the footage itself, you say that your Instagram is kubeba_studio, but your link is Dana B_II. Let me click on this.
Reframe or change grid for clarity. That's what I'm writing. There we go. So these purple frames represent the camera. So I'm suggesting that you start close in on this and then crash zoom outwards, so that from this frame to this frame we feel like we've had like a big zoom out from the origin of the punch. Not to be offensive, but my handwriting on that pen looks like the red rum writing on the wall. Red rum. It's actually weirdly difficult to write in this program. But so long as it's legible, I'll take it. Like, a nice cam shake. I like that the cam shake happens after we get all these Utapon cubes coming up.
So Trev Barnes, who this is, says the character isn't the only actor of the scene. Experimenting with the character for action shots could add a certain level of polish to a shot that has limited animation. That's what they feel like they learned from this challenge.
So the character isn't
the only actor. So they're saying like the camera is also an actor that you can have perform.
Yes.
And I think he's right. I think I noticed immediately that pop-up with the camera is just really
super nice.
So
very much like the camera work. Just feel like you're missing some clarity in this staging between these two shots.
Yeah.
In terms of the actual punch action itself, I think we can clarify a few of these poses to make them a little bit clearer. Like, love all this. Would love to see these red blocks which are shooting towards him. I would love to see these continue into the background more. So just to make it really clear what's happening with them.
Oh, I missed those completely.
And do not be afraid to lean on your perspective grid, because it's there for a reason and it's going to make it way easier for you to send things to your vanishing point. You know. Yeah. And if you want to elongate it, to simulate, oh my gosh, hitting all the wrong buttons, to simulate camera distortion. So get a nice thick line here. And don't show the underside until it's further away from camera.
I have I guess something, because I'm watching you through OBS because that's my real-time view. I have something else selected in scene. So there's a big red box over it, and I was like, why are you drawing that? That's outside of camera frame. Because I'm used to Toon Boom having that area.
I hate it when I draw in the wrong frame, and then I have to delete it and then go back. So frustrating.
Hey, Kenyon Swift followed us.
Hey!
Thank you.
But yeah, getting these going back into the distance, I think will help us to understand You could even add like a little cam shake as each one passes. You know, because they're passing close by the camera. But anyway, on to the actual posing of the character.
Mm-hmm.
So we're bringing this fist around. So, let me change to purple. Let's immediately make it very clear that it's a fist that we have clenched. You know, use some force perspective even. Let's get that fist coming out toward the camera a little bit. And then we're coming up here, aren't we? The arm is raising. Start the arm raising a little bit earlier. Thinking about that kind of thing. Thinking about deleting that and bringing that backwards.
So you've got an arc there going, not only is it spinning, but it's spinning upwards like a spiral.
Exactly, that's what I'm going for. Is to make this more readable. This pose is to use the pose before to communicate the arc it's going in.
Yeah.
So you know where your eye's expecting the elbow to be, you know?
Yeah.
And then we can like really ease that, which will be really fun.
Yeah.
I love that that spacing is super nice. Good job.
That way you're also utilizing the spin to be part of your anticipation for this punch that's coming up. Because you only really started anticipating the punch after the spin, but now you're utilizing what you already have to really drive home that he spin to punch.
Because you said we are such great friends, how about if I promise not to make you do squats, you'd say the next Annie Morning theme early? Hey, I've already said it. I announced it yesterday, man. But yeah, I will also let you guys know at the end of this stream.
We'll reiterate it. So Ish, hello. It's your first time here. Thanks for coming by. If you have any questions, let us know.
Yeah, do feel free to ask. And also, like, for anyone in chat who has any animation questions or wants to suggest anything with these reviews, like, I know all y'all are really skilled artists and animators in your own right. So asking any questions to chat too, they'll be able to help you out. Or chat if you want to suggest anything for these reviews, like, or anything to improve the animations you see on screen. Like, do feel free. I trust you guys.
Yeah, this is very much a collaborative, supportive study group atmosphere that we want to encourage. And if you see something that you feel like you can see that would help improve it,
yeah, like I can only see what I can see, and I can't see everything. I have my own animation style that colors my feedback, but it's not everybody's.
Yeah, you got to realize that the advice that India's giving it will be subjective.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to take this advice. This is how I would handle things, but it's not necessarily the right way. You know, gotta find your own style.
Yeah, Swift will nudge you along her path, but if you want to strike out on your own,
don't like that pose.
You can take the objective lessons and pursue your own goals with them. With those giant bird eyes, I'm surprised you can't see everything.
So basically, I just want the fist to be more apparent here. This is what I'm trying to do. So we have this wind up coming around, and I want the fist to be in a position that relates to the previous one. Right now, it feels like the fist is going further back, which doesn't really make sense with the way that you're twisting the body around to bring it forwards here. Like, to me, the fist will still be coming round. Like this. Not sure about that. That I have done. Not sure about that, what I have done. I feel like I want to twist this fist slightly more. Twist that fist.
Bert says, my ego couldn't fit through the door, so I've been watching from the window.
So creepy. Just imagining like a little bat face pressed up against the window. Yes, I just want the fist to be more present. The fist must be ever present.
That's why Tails was stuck outside. His ego was too great.
Yeah, if there's one thing about Tails that stands out, it's his ego. That fox with his massive inflated ego.
Yeah, his ego was so large he had to grow a second tail to contain it.
You know, I'm gonna go, like, we could do this, as you can see what is happening on screen. We could do this, but I feel like a lot of this later action is hinged on the fact that the fist is dragging behind.
Yeah, I would agree.
So even though this kind of works, I'm like stuck on what to do here because the camera is dependent on kind of following the fist. So I'm gonna go back.
Yeah, I would agree.
And I'm gonna change it so that we're following more of the initial movement.
What if you broke the arm and bent it back so that, like, not only is he going down, but it's sort of like it kind of bends back and then comes down.
I mean, you can definitely do a whip action with it.
Yeah.
That faux show. So let me then adjust this a little bit. We're going to make this more sideways instead. And then we're going to keep that fist like super recognizable as being a fist.
It's funny how an animation. Well, you say someone break an arm and a leg for them preparing to go on stage. But yeah, I really like how it does that stretch on the arm in one of the next frames.
Okay, here we go. So now we're whipping round.
Thank you for the follow, Ishtries. I'm glad you're enjoying. Oh, well, I assume you're enjoying what you've seen so far. What did you miss? So we spent the last couple of hours reviewing animations submitted for our weekly challenge. We call it the Animorning Challenge, and every week we come up with a new theme that helps push animators to try something they might not have necessarily before. And we spend at least one morning, sometimes two, each week looking through them, and India kindly does these drawovers. It is, you're being kind. Okay, whatever. Ignore her. She's kindly doing these drawovers to help push animators up, because we truly believe that animation is collaborative and that we all benefit from shared resources, shared learning, and education being accessible and all that. All that jazz.
Yeah, well, we do.
I love that India is the one that like truly believes in this stuff, and yet when I communicate it, she's like, whatever, man.
Whatever, man.
India is also, as you can hear, very mature.
I'm very, yes. I am, thank you. No, but this is, I have a lot of fun doing this, and I love seeing people's animations. And thank you, Mike, for telling people. I'm sorry that I farted through it.
I would say that I don't know what I was gonna say.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, you saw the stream of Tales of Alethrion, and I'm glad you discovered us through him.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Michael's been very kindly participating in this week's challenge.
Heck
He was
yeah.
streaming himself doing Doig Bear doing a punch yesterday. It can't describe to you how stoked we've been to have been like drawn in the Elethrion style.
Yeah, that's like bucket list stuff because we are massive fans. Like, we've been fans before we got to talk to Meckel. So
yeah.
So getting to see ourselves rendered in that style is like kind of a dream come true, in all honesty. Like being a fan of something for years and then suddenly you're like, you can see yourself as like a part of the world. It's amazing. So basically I'm adjusting these drawings here to try and keep the fist more present. And it's going to go into the camera rather than past the camera.
Yeah, I could say I wouldn't. One of the reasons for me being here right now on this stream is Tales of Elethrion. Like seeing what they are capable of making on their own was very encouraging to kind of believe that it was possible. It takes seeing someone else doing something to make you see that
it's possible.
You can do it too. And watching the reward, and I would say also the behind the scenes breakdown. One of the Tales of Elethrion breakdown that they did for like how they composited their scenes was one of the very first ones I ever saw, and it was one of the very first ones that gave me an understanding of how to think about compositing, and I use what I saw there to this day. So yeah, I'm incredibly thankful and honored to be able to just be like in any way like a part of what they're doing over there.
There we go.
Did I update the little Doiglebear anim? I feel like it's different. I did. I
gave him rosy cheeks.
I gave him a little muzzle and made the glasses bigger, and I gave him rosy cheeks because
he made him cuter, like a million times cuter.
I was inspired a lot by a drawing that David Liu did, and I just thought like that was. I was inspired by that, and I wanted to push more towards that because I feel like the model I did before, I wasn't really happy with. I was just encouraged, you know? So I'll say it that, yeah, completely inspired by the massive appeal that David Liu is able to put into his work.
Okay, so this is what I have now. There we are. I feel like that feels more like a punch. Let's have a look. And then we would pull out straight after the punch.
I'm gonna give
and maybe even hold for a second.
I'm gonna give Tales of Elethrion a shout out as well because I'm talking about them. But they've moved to Twitch as well. So if you love animation and you love kooky, crazy adventures and great character dynamics and beautiful environments, then you will like Tales of Elethrion. You will. You have no option. It's in your blood. Clyde saying 3D models are a totally legit way to block out animation. Before 3D, that kind of thing was done with posable wooden mannequins and photo reference. Yeah,
anything you guys can use to help yourself do animation is not a cheat. It's a tool. You guys should take as much reference as possible and use as many like 3D models or mannequins or, you know, photo refs as you need to do the thing. You know, we're only human. We can't know everything right off the bat. We have to learn that stuff through study.
Here's the thing. If you're using something as a shortcut to prevent yourself from learning, then you're doing yourself a disservice and harm. If you are using something as to assist your understanding of something,
or increase
your understanding of it, then you're growing. Like, people often talk about cheating, but if using a tool allows you to understand what it is you're trying to communicate, both to yourself and your audience, then that's a powerful tool for
Yeah.
you.
Well, it's like refusing to look at story structure while you're wanting to write a book.
Yeah.
It's like you're not helping yourself by refusing to learn story structure. Like, these things that you're learning that people have like done before you and worked out are important tools to help you make what you're going to make better.
Yeah. Using
You know,
reference is powerful.
if the old Disney animators had ways to line test immediately and had been able to like shoot and easily use the reference, they would have done it. Like, Disney animators use reference all the time. They just had to wait like days to get their line test back. But if they could have done it immediately, they would have been scrubbing all the time through their animations.
Yeah.
They essentially were in the way that they were flipping back and forth 5 drawings. So make no mistake that the old masters would have used all the new modern amenities they could have if they'd had them available.
Yeah. They were constantly inventing more ways that they could make themselves more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we have the tools we have today.
Anywho, yeah, I've finished doing my notes on this.
Nice.
So yay, looking good. I think that will help, and I think the camera move will help, and I think this is looking awesome. So awesome work, Kubeba Studio.
Here's a metaphor for you guys. If you've ever seen like magic lore and stuff, where you have like magicians and sorcerers, they drawing power from the world. You know, like, oh, he's harnessing the power of the forest, or he's harnessing the power of air, whatever. Using reference is like harnessing the power of the world around you, and observation is your way of channeling that into your art.
Yeah.
So
Abimation says, some of my friends have some odd animation purism ideas that I think must be damaging to their progress. I agree. I think that kind of stuff is damaging to people's progress. It's much easier to let go and open yourself up to the world of resources that are around you. It makes no sense to close yourself off to them, you know? Animators from, you know, years and years ago have said to us so many times, you know, back in when we were learning, we didn't have any of these resources. So it really feels like, you know, a spit in the face to not use them. I'd be like, yeah, we have all these resources, but I'm never going to read an animation book or look at another person's animation or study people's animations or use reference because I can do it all without having looked at anything else.
yeah.
You know, it doesn't help. It just means that you take longer to reach the same conclusions that people read day one.
It'd be like scientists not using previous research.
Yes.
It doesn't make any sense.
It just means there's going to be a lot of misunderstandings and they're going to take a long time to get back to ground zero, essentially. You know, you don't need to work out what easing is yourself from scratch. You can learn about what it is from people who have figured out the process and then build upon that to make new stuff.
Using it is difficult enough.
Yeah, we're all trying to push forward past where the medium currently is, but the future generations too, so that the medium as a whole can keep pushing forward and evolving and,
Yeah.
you know?
You can see a lot of animation styles being mixed and matched now, where like there's Western animation now that has a lot of anime influence to it, and I think people are like, oh man, they're bringing in this anime stuff and they're like resistant to it, and you're like, yeah, but they're observing the strengths.
And people are resistant to change, but change is evolution.
Yeah.
Like,
Change makes you strong.
it is. Change is the only way that humans have survived for this many years. You know? So you have to learn to roll with it. I remember people being really, really scared about what 3D was going to do to 2D, and it's like, let go of that fear. 2D isn't going anywhere. Like, we can use this to augment our process, and, you know, 3D animators will look at 2D animation and learn from that, and 2D animators look at 3D animation and learn from that, and together, like, we'll make amazing hybrid stuff.
Always remember the power of Gurren Lagann.
Mm-hmm. Who the hell do you think we are?
Yeah. I think people get hung up on the marketing terms of like, oh, 3D killed 2D, and it's like, no. Some higher up decided that the pipeline was more efficient and cost effective to go one way than the other.
Well,
And
there's-
Pixar proved that you could make a whole film as a 3D animation.
I think there's a story according to people who aren't in animation, and there's a story according to people who are animators. And they're two very different things. And when you talk to someone who hasn't done animation and isn't into animation, they will say, yeah, Disney, like, 3D killed 2D. Disney's not making 2D films anymore. Like, everything's over for this and that and the other. If you talk to people in animation, then it's a completely different story. The people who are actually doing it are still doing as much 2D animation as ever. It might not be published at the biggest houses, but it's still going. So I think it's just a basis of like misunderstanding. That's all. Ish tries, do you have any tips on not losing patience because you often end up rushing things that makes them look unnatural? I think you can rush your first pass. I think that's kind of okay. I'd say my advice is to like give it a few days to settle. Like walk away and come back to it. And look at the stuff which makes you inspired to push yourself past that impatience. If you're feeling like you want to like just rush through a scene and give up on it, look at the stuff that inspired you to make the scene in the first place. Look at the people who are doing the stuff that you want to aspire to.
Yeah. And
it'll get you pumped up to be like, no, I really want to push this.
One of the limitations of oil painting is that you need to allow time for the oil to dry. And so often, you know, professional or skilled oil painters, they would have 2 to 3 paintings on on different canvases that they were working on that they could jump between, which meant that they naturally had a waiting period for what they needed.
Yeah.
And what that meant was that they could come back to the pieces with fresh eyes. So we have all this immediacy of digital media where we can just be like, and I'll just erase. And while it makes things a lot easier and more flexible, it doesn't give us that time to reflect. So if you do build that into your own process, giving yourself a day off away from that by working on something else, you don't necessarily. Oh, hey, Cards, thanks for the raid. You don't necessarily need to stop working on something, but maybe if you have at least a second animation that you can go away and work on that's different from what you're doing, you can gain insight from. Maybe you'll learn something in the other one that you figure out that you can bring back.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, like I think space away is important. Taking a walk just for 10 minutes even can clear your head. I also think like refilling the tank is important because I feel like you kind of deplete inspiration and drive as you work through the day, to the point where at the end of the day you're making decisions to get something done rather than to make it good. So I think refilling the tank by looking at something inspirational, watching Spider-Verse or something is really helpful.
Yeah, watch something that inspired you to start doing what you want to do, because if you go back to that, I think that's, if you were inspired by something, like say you watched a piece of media and then you train in that sort of craft for a while and you go back, you'll see more stuff.
Oh no. Well, I love you too, Seventh Claws. Thank you so much for the raid. We're actually going to have to head off because it's getting very late.
Yeah. We got raided today. Thank you for all the raids.
Yeah, thank you. We've got like three raids or something today.
It's like 5 or 6 raids today.
Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. We'll have to continue these reviews tomorrow. Same time, same place.
What number are you on now?
16. No, wait, 18.
Okay.
Because there are 2 uploaded that are the same.
Okay. Oof.
And you guys are totally welcome. Yeah, this might be the first week where I don't actually get to do any personal work. But also, this is the week where I think we've had so many submissions that we're going to have to kind of rethink how we get through them for next time.
Yeah, this has pushed us over the edge with all of the amazing animations.
Well, no, it's great. It's just like we want to make sure that we can get through them, ideally in 1 or 2 days for you guys. So that you don't have to wait ages and ages and ages for reviews. So whether that means that we do like reviews on a bunch of them on Sunday night that we very briefly touch on Monday, and then do a bunch on Monday itself.
Okay.
Or something is we'll work it out. We'll figure something out.
Gotcha.
That has like the least amount of compromise. But also, for those who are wondering, the Animorning challenge for this week is for you guys to choreograph, that's the word, choreograph a fight sequence in storyboards. So, no animation. We're looking for creative compositions and fun choreography. And Don't do more than like 10 seconds or so. Like, just keep it small, have fun. And yeah, that'll be really fun to see you guys compose a little sequence together rather than doing just one shot. Will be really nice. Time to punch someone in real life and film it. Get that reference, Declan. Get it.
I'm just going to read what Clyde said. Back at Disney in 2002-03, I proposed digital 2D using Toon Boom. I spent an afternoon animating and coloring a complete water splash, which was something that would have taken a week to go through the various studio departments. The studio boss said, interesting, and that's the last I heard of it. 2 years later, the studio folded.
What? Well, that's how you don't evolve with the times.
Yeah. Where do we announce the themes? Okay, so we announce them during the streams here on Twitch, but we also post the themes to our Twitter. So I think I have a command for that. So if you follow us on Twitter, it's usually our pinned post. I've yet to put up one for this week, but I'll do that. I'll pretty much will end the stream and I'll make that and put it up. So that's where, if you look for the hashtag, alright, Morning Challenge. If you look for the hashtag on Twitter for the Morning Challenge, you'll find lots of previous entries. A lot of we have a lot of regulars who submit animations each week. Who I say go follow them as well, and you're more likely to see Morning Challenge stuff come up on your timeline. But including that, you'll get to see the great animators that are pushing themselves and have really like been bringing it for the last couple of months. Yeah.
Yeah, you ready to find someone to raid?
I'm ready. Let's give them a fairly sizable raid today. Who should we go for?
Who is available?
Shoo. Not you, the person on Twitch.
Okay, I've gone back to looking at, what's his name? Was it Alan?
That's Steven. That's Steve. Yeah.
Steve is proud of all of you.
Oh, I can't believe we found Alan and friends.
Yeah. They will be ours.
Culture. Let's see. So we have 4 options that I know that are followed. There's Domo, who we raided yesterday, and Angavar, and One Peach. Let's see what Angavar is doing.
I love Steve.
Northern Warrior Lady doing a concept painting. So what do you guys think? Domo or Angavar? Domo is baller.
Thank you, and you're super welcome. Let's do it.
Which one do you want to do, India?
I mean, I know Domo better.
Okay. Whoever has the least views.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Domo's got more viewers than Angavar, so let's give Angavar some support.
Angavar, every morning we raid you. So what does Angavar do?
It looks like they're a concept artist / painter.
Awesome. Oh,
Yeah.
You guys go and have an awesome time. Have fun. Oh, no matter how close I get, he shrinks back down. There we go. Yeah.
Oh man, all of you are jumping in on this raid. That's amazing.
Heck yeah! Have an amazing time! And may the rest
Of your day
be filled
with
adventure!
Take care, everyone. Thank you so much for coming by, and for all of the raids. Thank you, everyone. You're awesome. Be cool. Adventure.
Bye-bye!